I was privy to some things today that I saw as we look ahead to 2023 and 2024 that are going to effectively blow people's minds.
Well, it's funny because we started this being like, I love all the underdogs. Now I'm actually looking at it and I actually hate all the underdogs. How did that happen?
Justin Fields is good. I'm just worried about his running. He might get hurt, takes big hits.
He's like Dan Campbell mixed with Billy Mays.
Yeah,
and
a touch of Billy football. Jake has removed himself from the room.
I think he had to go to the bathroom.
We've been taping for 40 minutes.
Lamar Jackson.
You pissed on the World Trade Center?
Yeah.
Not on the World Trade Center.
No, that's what it sounds like.
On today's Part of My Take, we have our good friend Jon Anik in studio getting you ready for UFC big time fight, Madison Square Garden, Saturday night. Meatball Molly in the building, hopefully winning. We're going to talk some UFC, talk just general stuff with Jon Anik, catching up with him. We're going to do our picks and preview for Week 10 of the NFL. It's crazy we're at Week 10, but we're going to get some picks. We're going to find some winners. Fantasy Fuccbois, Fyre Fest of the Week, sending you into a football weekend, and is brought to you by our friends at Visible. Rooting for different teams on the field comes with less drama than being on the same family wireless plan, because family plans can mean family drama. With Visible's one-line wireless plan, the data is unlimited and all yours, so you can stream all the holiday games or movies you want from almost anywhere. Leave the family plan drama and get a one-line wireless plan with Visible. It's just $30 a month, taxes and fees included. Start saving with Visible's one-line wireless plan. Switch today at Visible.com and get up to $250 gift card when you buy a select device. Port in from an eligible carrier. New activation and completion of 3 service payments required. Additional terms apply. For data management practices, learn more at Visible.com. Again, switch today at Visible.com and get up to a $250 gift card when you buy a select device. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by Visible. Switch today at Visible.com and get up to $250 gift card when you buy a select device. Visible has the best wireless out there. Today is Friday, November 11th, and thank you for your service, Billy. It is Veterans Day.
Good job, Billy.
Let's just all clap it up for Veterans Day.
Also, like,
we appreciate it, the sacrifices.
105th anniversary of World War I ending.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of cool.
Just a lot. The Marines, I love.
It was the war to end all wars, and
yes.
we've never fought another one since.
That was it. It was mortal lock.
Yep.
War to end all wars.
They can't lose.
Game of the year. War to end all wars. I do love that Marines go around and say happy birthday to each other on the 10th. Veterans Day. Is it the 10th?
I think the 10th is the
today.
anniversary of the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
Semper Fi, do or die.
That's fun.
Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
As
why
a
not?
pacifist?
I mean, you know Billy.
Yeah, it's true.
So, Billy, any words? Congrats.
I'm not in the military.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, not presently.
But you'd give it all up.
You would. You'd give it
You
all
would
up.
have. You have the skills to be in the military. You do play a lot of Call of Duty.
Choose your own.
Actually, you know what? I might bet the house on Kyler Murray this weekend.
Yeah. Big weekend for him.
Huge.
Choose your own adventure. Thursday Night Football. We are headed to Philly for the Barstool Invitational. So if you are in Philly on Friday, November 11th, come to the games. We have 2 games, Wells Fargo Center. You can also watch it at barstool.tv. We have Toledo versus UAB, which is going to be electric. A lot of points.
I'm excited to see Jelly Walker. Jelly captured our hearts last year. I'm so excited he's back at UAB. And I think Jelly knows that the spotlight is on him this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And Jelly with the spotlight on him he might not pass the ball.
No. I hope he scored 38 in his first game this year.
He won't go for 50.
Yeah, he won't go for 50.
No
chance.
I don't think so.
And then Mississippi State versus Akron in the second game. So it's going to be great. Jake will be on the call, our darling Jake. I'll be there with Dave as well on the call. So go watch us at barstool.tv. So that's why we're taping early.
Jake, are you excited? Like, tell me how. I bet you've been doing prep for this for the last 2 months.
Yeah, since Big Cat gave me the official nod, I've been doing prep every day, I'd say.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear you.
Oh, I'm so excited to hear Jake. Like, Jelly is an afterthought for me. I'm pumped for Jake. Jake, what is the one name that you are the most worried about mispronouncing?
The Toledo head coach is actually Todd Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk.
I think you nailed that.
But it's spelled TOD1D KOWALCZYK.
I like that. Todd Kowalczyk. The Kowalczyks have like 11 kids. They live down the road, got great snacks at their house. The Kowalczyks. Everyone's friends with one of the Kowalczyks.
Yeah, I think that's a solid basketball name too.
How are you going to deal with doing 2 games? Because it's like you get all worked up and excited for the end of the first one, and then you have to kind of start back and mellow back down.
Yeah, I mean, once the first game hits, I don't think of the words Mississippi State Akron until the first game ends.
Yeah. I haven't thought of those words at all in my prep.
Yeah.
Whisper those words into Jake's ears during the first game.
I've been thinking about, like, should I'm going to do some prep, but Hank and I were talking, and basically my job is to just make sure that you and Dave coexist. And I will. I know.
Yeah.
That's I'm just gonna be glue guy
Jelly
between
Dan.
the two of you. Yeah, that's kind of my job, is to the translator between the two of you back and forth.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun.
It should be fun. Also, I've been told we can openly talk about your bets.
Yes.
And the lines. So, like, if there's
I'm gonna tell you right now,
or a
the
bad
over
beat, like,
in the
we're
first
allowed
game.
to say, oh my God, there's the over.
Hammer the over in the first game. Toledo plays up and down. UAB, Jelly Walker. We talked about it. So choose your own adventure. Thursday Night Football. So we're taping early. Falcons, Panthers. We looked at the schedule and we're like, yeah, this is a game we could probably, get everyone get on their way, because PFT, you're going to play rugby this weekend. Jake's going down to Philly. Panthers tried really hard but lost.
Yeah, so Sam Darnold is in the mix again.
Yeah.
For the Panthers, so that's interesting. They've got a 3-headed monster at quarterback, a logjam at quarterback, if you will. And I think all 3 of those quarterbacks, if you took their best assets and combined them into one quarterback, I think they would be exactly equal to how good Marcus Mariota is.
Yes.
Which is to say, slightly below average as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I like Arthur Smith in this matchup. I think that Arthur's going to have him dialed in. I think Cordarrelle Patterson is going to get the Cordarrelle Patterson game that we have been waiting for. And I think the Falcons are going to win 28-17.
Whoa. So kind of a blowout. Mini blowout.
Kind of a mini. It's a mini blowout.
Mini blowout, yeah.
And I think that the Falcons will end this weekend in first place of the NFC South.
Okay, I'm going with just a weird score because it feels like a weird score game. I'm going to say the Falcons win 25-22.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good
something
score.
weird. Maybe even the Panthers miss a field goal, like a 54-yard field goal to tie the game to bring it to overtime.
Oh, and I'm hammering the over 3.5 field goals tonight.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Younghoe Koo, this is the Koo game.
Yes. What are you gonna say, Hank?
Over. Coldest gambler on this show, maybe
You
in the
are
world right
so
now.
bad right
Over.
now, Hank. I have some good news for you though.
The over's hitting.
No. I have some other good news for you. So let's do our Week 10 preview. There's not an underdog I don't like.
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah, I had to talk myself into one of the favorites this week, and even still, I'm not that confident in
No,
it.
I wish I could just pick underdogs. I might just blindly bet every underdog.
I think I'm going to do a round robin for the early games.
Yeah.
Underdogs
Every single one.
Yeah, I like it.
Can't lose, I don't think.
cannot lose.
The underdogs are actually favorites in my mind this weekend.
Yeah. It's crazy. I think this is
But wait, that would make the favorites the underdogs.
yes, and this also. I've been doing this for long enough time to know that there is always one week where all the underdogs do win, but you never know when it's coming. So you can't. No. You can't predict it because it happens when you take all the favorites and everyone just gets wiped out at the same time. Billy,
You guys really think the Texans got a chance?
Oh, I think they have a chance, yeah.
sure, why not?
Okay.
I mean, maybe not, but against the spread, yes. Do you think the? I don't think the Giants are a team that beats teams by more than a field goal.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah, they play.
Yeah.
I don't think that the Texans lose by more than 10 points ever.
yeah. They lost by 11 to the Eagles, but that was covering the spread.
I'm counting that as less than 10
yeah,
points.
because it was
against the
covering the
Eagles.
spread, yeah.
So I feel like the Texans are a chippy team. The Giants they're probably going to win this game by like 4 points.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into it. Let's talk about every game. Let's preview it. We'll do our Mount Rushmore as well. I fucked it up last week, Aaron. I shouldn't say I fucked it up. Aaron Jones fucked it up by getting hurt. We don't injury shame, but that did suck.
He's Chanadol.
Yeah. Okay, Hank. Oh, yeah, we have the records. I feel like we're moving things in the right direction, right?
Just you.
No, PFT was 3-1.
Tip of the cap to us. The
On
first
fire.
week, we didn't have an 0-4 week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang the banner.
Big Cat at 19-16-1.
Okay.
54%. Me and
Okay.
PFT tied for second at 16-20. Hank 2 games behind us at 14-22. Max 13-22-1, and Billy at 13-23. So 3 people separated by 1 game at the bottom.
Billy, what was the
I had
reaction
13
there?
wins 3
That
weeks
little
ago.
tie.
Yeah.
Little tie put me.
Well, that counts as a
behind.
half a point if it gets down to it.
Yeah, Hank's at 1-11 in the last 3 weeks.
Oh my
Oh
God,
my God, Hank.
Hank, what's wrong with you?
Oh my God.
Someone also pointed out, like, Hank has a major malfunction in his brain right now because we passed right over it, but he picks 17 every time for the lottery machine, never gets it. And then after Monday Night Football, he's like, yeah, I alternate bet the Ravens minus 17 and got screwed. It's like, what's up with 17, dude? You got a 17 problem. You addicted to 17?
Yeah,
You're
probably.
like you're like
addicted to
Drake.
17, yeah. Yeah. It's maybe be more like Drake and get to like addicted to 14. Let's cover that spread.
Yeah, just buy the points.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go start with favorites. It's ugly. It's very ugly. Hank.
I don't even.
Can you opt out of favorites?
I'm
No,
gonna
you
take
cannot.
I'm gonna go back to the well. They killed me last week. Broke my soul in half. Los Angeles Rams minus 1.5.
Yeah,
Yep.
So where do we know the status of Matthew Stafford?
He's in the concussion protocol right now. So if Matthew Stafford does not play, we are getting something called John Walford
okay
on Sunday.
Oh, we got
And
that right.
I don't,
Was he on the C?
I don't mind a John Walford game.
I'm changing it. I'm going Dallas Cowboys minus 5.
Oh,
Ew.
I
Off
want
a bye week.
I want to
the
call you the P
Packers are
word.
horrible.
You should be called the P word for that.
You're also the S word. Square.
You're
I'm the C word.
P.S. Hank, this is a bad pick.
Okay.
Cold.
All right. So is that your pick?
The Cowboys minus 5 is my official pick.
Okay, first time in Aaron Rodgers' 121 career starts at Lambeau Field that he's more than a field goal underdog. And it's like, we have a lot of revenge games this week.
Oh yeah.
And Mike McCarthy revenge game. The Packers have not been this bad since his last season there when he got fired mid-season for, I almost said Regis Philbin, but it was Joe Philbin. I don't know if the Packers are going to win this game, but I feel like they're going to cover it because you can't get lower. Like they are as low as possible in terms of a stock. And even that Lions game, like they probably should have won that Lions game by a couple touchdowns if they just weren't the most atrocious team ever on goal line situations.
If you bet on the Packers last weekend, there's probably a 0% chance that you're betting on them again.
You're
this weekend.
scarred. You're
Because
scarred.
that's like I'm never going back to them. You just lost against the Lions, and Aaron Rodgers threw 2 red zone interceptions, which never happens.
Yep.
So you are so pissed off about that bet, you're probably not going back. Matt LaFleur is 11-3 against the spread after a loss.
which probably has taken a. He probably was 11-0 until this year
season.
because he's probably just putting up L's every single time.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers is 37-18 against the spread. After
Also,
a loss.
again,
also
probably was
took a hit.
Yep.
And then Aaron Rodgers 4-1 against the spread as a home underdog. So I'm definitely going to take the Packers on this because I feel like this is Mike McCarthy revenge game, and Mike McCarthy is going to show up, and he's going to do the very definition of too much.
Yeah, if you try
on
too
Sunday.
hard and you're Mike McCarthy, it will be detrimental to everything you want to do.
Mike McCarthy is a great head coach when he's trying medium.
Yeah.
When he's doing like just enough to get by.
When he's just in a constant state of like miffed. He's kind of miffed at what is going, like everything that's going on around him. He's a little bit confused.
Yeah, like miffed, perturbed,
Yeah.
aloof. When he's really dialed in, if you give Mike McCarthy, I wonder what his stats are like off a bye week too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if you give him too much time to cook something up, he really gets in his own head. He starts breaking out all the tricks, but not the good tricks like the watermelon.
He probably spent the entire bye week trying to understand the PFF grades and then based all his game plan on that.
Well, no, what he did, because he is an analytics guy,
Big time.
he probably went to every single page that is clickable on Pro Football Focus until the pop-up came up that said, like, you have to pay $8.99 for the subscription, and then he just went to the next page. So he read the first article.
He read the first paragraph of every article.
Yeah, first paragraph of every article on Pro Football Focus this
So that's
week.
the game plan the Cowboys are going to bring.
That's the game plan, and I feel like Aaron Rodgers, this is a great situation for Aaron Rodgers. It really is like nobody believes in him.
No.
I saw that our friend Aaron Nagler put out the theory last night that Aaron Rodgers sucks ever since we interviewed him.
Yeah.
And he thinks that you poisoned him.
That would be a shame.
It would be a real shame.
It would be a real shame. I
think maybe we just
Whoops.
I think we poisoned his brain with truth.
Yeah. And I text with Aaron Nagler whenever the Packers are doing poorly, and it's just we got a long way to go, but it's just nice to know that Packers fans are legitimately like afraid of Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Because they have never been afraid of a Bears quarterback.
Embrace this
Ever.
feeling.
Yeah.
Embrace this feeling.
Yeah.
So, I guess this was a very long way of saying that Hank is a fucking idiot.
Yeah. And now the
disrespect.
Cowboys are probably going to win by 20 because we're also idiots. It's the idiot off. Max, your favorite?
Eagles -11.
Whoa.
All right?
Shocker.
Disrespect.
Against the Commanders.
Are you worried at all?
You still doing that, or
How are we doing?
It's a Phillies thing. It's a Phillies thing.
It's football season.
Said? No more said?
no? Basketball season started.
Yeah. Did you see Embiid? Yeah. Embiid said
He literally said.
He literally said it was football and baseball season, and then the day after the Phillies lost, he's like, "The Phillies are over. Now it's basketball season."
Oh, okay. So James Harden hasn't played yet.
Yeah,
We're not. Yeah, sure.
Well,
He's not in the regular
he hasn't
season.
played in basketball
Yeah,
season
well,
yet.
whatever,
He was
whatever.
doing
He's
preseason.
in the gym right now,
Yeah.
working hard.
What's his injury again? Oblique?
It doesn't matter.
What is his injury?
No, he's got
actually?
a foot.
Is it his foot?
Yeah, he's got like a mild foot sprain.
Yeah.
I think
So,
he's just got gout.
He's just got a little Charlie horse.
The Michael
He'll be fine.
Thomas.
He'll be fine.
He's like, oh, Christmas, Thanksgiving coming up, Charlie horse
Yeah,
time.
no, he's got a nasty case of being locked inside the Gold Club.
Okay.
You think that James Harden's going to come back for his first game still with glitter on his body?
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Glitter and just a lot of perfume.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, where have you been, dude? Maybe even he catches the ball and there's like Vaseline on his hands. Jesus Christ. Max, I was looking at this game. Are you a little worried about the fact that just in principle, taking division rivals with a lot of points is a good strategy?
My theory is they're basically coming off a little mini bye right now.
I love that people call it the mini bye.
It's almost a double mini
Yeah.
bye,
Yeah,
though,
'cause it's
because you
Thursday
get
to
Thursday to
Monday.
Monday night.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're going to be well rested.
And Nick Sirianni needs to be well rested. His eyes,
Yeah.
there's a problem.
and
He had huge bags under his eyes. He looked like he hasn't slept in weeks. I think he was just watching too many Phillies home runs.
good. I want all of my teams.
Well, one of them, the Phillies they got eliminated.
Whatever, but
And also the Union, they lost. Remember
Union
that one?
also
Yeah,
lost.
same day actually.
Hank was really
Never been done before.
Latest
happy
goal
about
in
that.
MLS history.
But yeah, no,
History.
History.
the Texans game that people were starting to doubt. They're starting to do the whole they don't play anyone good. They were tight with the Texans for a while. I think this is a stomp on their face.
I honestly do think that the Commanders franchise has been on the receiving end of a lot of these types of statement games over the history. I remember the Mike Vick Monday night game. Anytime I see these two teams play on Monday night, it just gives me flashbacks to when Mike Vick broke every single record in football history.
Chip
over the
Kelly
course of one
changed
game.
the NFL.
It was
That one game, he changed the NFL. Remember, everyone's like, the game will never be the same.
I remember Deshaun Jackson getting about like 3 steps on LaRon Landry, catching a 50-yard pass, and then turning around and sprinting to the end zone backwards while laughing at LaRon Landry trying to catch him. And the most Deshaun Jackson move
It's a
of all
clowning.
time. Jeremy Maclin went off, I'm pretty sure, that game. It was bad. It was one of those games that makes you like re-examine your entire life. So I have flashbacks going into this game. I don't think that Max is in a bad place though, taking the Eagles and the points on this one. I think if you look at the levels of disarray that a franchise can possibly be in, I would say with the federal investigation and the DC investigation and the Virginia investigation and Jeff Bezos buying the team, I'd say that this is about as disarray as the team can be.
How about the statement they put out last night?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
That's as bad as
bad.
it gets.
it was pretty bad. Where Dan Snyder essentially said, maybe instead of focusing on all the financial fraud that we've done over the last 30 years, how about you pay more attention to our running back that got shot 2 months ago?
I kind of like it. Dan Snyder's got big time, like last week of school vibes going now, where he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say some shit.
Yeah.
And then
No, the
like
filter's off.
everyone knew I was a scumbag behind the scenes. Let me just do it out in front of everyone.
He's got senioritis. He's got Snyderitis is coming for you this week. It's going to be bad. And I think the team can put out, like they can tune out a lot of the stuff that's going on because Rivera is pretty good at that sort of thing, which is just saying, like, okay, we're inside of a hurricane right now. Let's just stay in the basement for a while, and all we got is each other. But now it's like your owner is being like, don't investigate me for felonies because this guy got shot.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember
Yeah.
when he got shot everywhere? And so I think at this point the walls are closing in on just about everybody. So I would not be shocked to see a blowout. I might go to this game though.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Nice.
I haven't been
Monday
to a
night?
Commanders game in a while. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to see him play in a decent field.
Yeah, the craziest part about the Eagles is people are going to complain about their schedule, and it doesn't get any harder. They just don't. They have the 27th ranked strength of schedule left.
Play who you play.
Play who you play.
Stomp on the bad teams. It's
Play
fine.
who you play. You do have to be, though, a little worried, and I am too, but like the Eagles, let's just say they go 15-2. And everyone's like, they never played anyone, and then they lose in the first round. It's like the whole season just became a joke.
That happens every year.
I
There's
know.
always the
I
team
know.
that like has
Listen.
a great record. And it's like, oh, they haven't played anyone. They haven't, but they're stomping on like.
I know, I agree. I like the Eagles a lot, but it's
Yeah.
hard to fight
It's
against
narrative. It's all media
it's all
narrative.
narrative.
Yeah, it's all this fake stuff
Yeah.
that we're putting out.
It's all bullshit. Okay, PFT, your favorite.
My favorite, I'm also taking the Rams. I'm taking John Wolford, baby. Let's
Okay.
ride.
No, wait, Hank has the Cowboys. So
Oh,
just,
yeah.
just,
so just
you
me.
just, yeah.
So, yeah, we successfully bullied Hank off of the John Wolford game.
Yeah.
Although it might be Stafford. Who knows?
And it might be Stafford, and it doesn't really matter either way because McVay owns Cliff Kingsbury.
That's what this bet really is.
Yeah, he owns the Cardinals in general. He's 11-1 straight up and 10-1 against the Cardinals against the spread. I think Budda Baker's out. I think we have the Hard Knocks coming up soon.
I'm so bummed out that it's the Cardinals, though.
But I kind of want to watch how bad it looks
I
from
don't,
the inside.
I think it's going to be boring bad because they have Final Cut, I'm pretty sure, over everything. Even the
Yeah.
commercials that they put out for it, it's like DeAndre Hopkins standing on like a step stool and doing like calf raises on it.
Yeah.
They're just boring. I think they're just boring bad. This is a bet, though, on McVay over Kingsbury. And although the Kyler Murray stat about it being Veterans Day weekend,
yeah,
that does make me rethink it.
That does hurt you a little. Okay, I'm going back to the well.
You going with the Bucks?
I'm going with the Bucks minus 2.5.
I considered the Bucks.
Okay,
Did
so
you
here's
say,
my
like multiple times on Sunday you're taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, I did, and then I started looking at more, and I think the Seahawks are good, but I do think Antoine Winfield, I think, is back for the Bucks. The Bucks, it's never a bet on Tom Brady.
You're
It's
relapsing.
It's a bet on their defense. I still think their defense is very good. I think their defense gives the Seahawks a lot of problems. This is the one thing that makes me nervous. Do you know that Tom Brady against the spread versus Geno Smith in his career is 0-4?
No, I didn't know that.
The only quarterback he's worse against is Eli Manning, 0-5.
That's wild.
It's wild. So it's 2013.
Jets.
The Patriots beat the Jets 13-10. Geno beat the Patriots 30-27, and then
Billy was there.
2014, the Jets lost by 2 and lost by 1 to the Patriots. So every game that he's played against Tom Brady, Geno Smith has been within 3 points.
So Geno Smith is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now against the blitz, and that's the only way that the Bucs can get to Geno Smith. That's how they're getting to the quarterback. The thing I kind of say is in your favor is that time zones work with you this weekend. This is the biggest
Crazy time
game of
zone.
the year. So the Seahawks are going to be playing at 6:30 in the morning, Seattle time.
Correct.
Which is just it's wild. And the Bucs, it's not that much better for the Bucs, but at least
3 hours, yeah.
At least it's not 6:30 in the morning. And if you look at the stats when they're playing over in England, West Coast teams stink in England because of that very thing. This is like England times 2.
I also think it's going to be a home crowd for Tom Brady because he is like, I think Germany, Gisele's family, and also just Tom Brady is the one star that I would say most of the world knows about, right? It was crazy. Did you guys see that there was 3 million ticket requests for this game?
No.
3 million ticket requests. The stadium, I think, holds like 80,000 people. So everyone in the town in Munich wanted to go to the game.
Do you think Arians was coming back?
They must have.
I'm
They
gonna-
must be like,
I'm gonna have
you're
to
going to
be-
hammer this.
I'm going to have to be on a pitch count here.
Restrained, yes.
Yeah. Do you think I can make it the entire weekend without making
No.
a World War II joke about this?
No. You got to just go
I
off.
mean, that's
This
gonna
is your
be your Sunday tweet. It's
yeah.
gotta
This
be.
is your this is your
what
tweet
if-
of the year game.
What if I just didn't do any? What if I
Can't
just
help yourself?
I didn't say anything about the blitz earlier. I could have.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, you did. You said Geno Smith versus the Blitz.
No, but I didn't make a joke
Yeah,
out of it.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
giving an actual stat.
Yeah.
Just let me have one.
No, yeah, go for it. I'm saying, yeah.
Okay.
You got to go
Perfect
for it. Yeah.
Giselle, Bruce.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All of it.
everything. This is also a flat Earth game for Geno Smith because he's also one of the original flat Earther athletes. People forget that, and so he's going to see with like empirical evidence that the Earth is not flat by flying all the way over to Germany.
Yep.
So he might just have his mind blown the entire
Yep.
time.
All right. So my other non-football related reasons for taking the Bucs Tom Brady would be the first NFL player to play in four different countries. So he's played twice in England, once in Mexico, U.S., and this will be Germany. Wouldn't it be like when you envision, close your eyes, when Tom Brady does retire in 5 years, there's going to be like that stat, only player in the NFL to win in 4 different countries.
Yeah, Mr. International.
Yeah, right. There's some bullshit thing where it's like, well, he was the only player to ever play in 4 different countries, but whatever. And then this is actually the first time in Tom Brady's career he's playing before 1 p.m. Eastern. So he's never played the times that he played in England were, remember, like back in the day, they used to play him regular 1 o'clock. So he's never played at 9:30 in the morning Eastern time. So he's going to also be like the king of time zones.
But that's great for old people.
Yeah,
Old people
right.
get up so early. Like,
Yeah.
If you ever go to a golf course, if you find yourself at a golf course at like 6:15 a.m., there are guys like making the turn that are coming back home, like old retired dudes.
Yeah.
So like, this is the opposite of when he has a late night game.
Yes.
He forgets how many timeouts there are. Brady might be dialed in for this one.
Yeah, so there's a lot of non-football related reasons for my handicapping in this game, and also I'm addicted to the Bucs possibly having a very good defense.
Another non-football related reason for this game being kind of maybe in favor of Tom Brady a little bit is that I just get the vibe from divorced people in general that going on a vacation is good for you.
Yeah.
Like getting out of your normal area, seeing new things for the first time, traveling. Stella got her groove back.
Mm-hmm.
This is Tom Brady. This is the equivalent of Vivica A. Fox going to the Caribbean is Tom Brady going to Germany.
He's 1-0 after announcing his divorce.
There you go.
That's a fact. He is 1-0, and our good friend, colleague Deion Sanders has said that he's 2 times been divorced, and he's like, after it's pretty awesome. So
yeah.
maybe he's just feeling great again.
Dude,
New lease on life.
A divorce party weekend in Germany?
Yeah.
Have
Isn't
a
it?
time.
Oh, no, it's not October anymore. Let's say October.
No, but this is Oktoberfest.
Yeah,
remember?
that's right. That's right. For Jake's. Yeah, I hope he takes it. All right, so I have Bucs minus 2.5. Billy, your favorite?
Giants by 4.5 against the Texans.
Oh,
We
that's
talked
why
about
you
it a
brought
second
up
later.
the Giants.
I just this one's really obvious to me.
I was
don't know
wondering. I
why.
was like, why are you bringing up the Giants? Yeah.
It's just like Houston bad, Giants good.
Okay.
So hopefully
that
checks out.
Very right.
Right?
You are absolutely right with that analysis.
I'm trying to be a lot simpler with the picks.
Yeah.
Giants good.
Giants bye, Texans mini bye,
Giants home.
Texans away.
or Texans. Yeah.
Giants home. Giants good.
Giants good home.
Texans bad,
Texans
Texans
bad
road.
away.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Do you know the under in Giants games, home games, are
Championship
15-1
hangover.
in the last 16? That's crazy. 15-1 in the last 16. That's why I don't love the Giants, just because I feel like it's going to be a very low-scoring, gross game.
It's good. It's starting to get into the season where the Giants play those really cold but very sunny home games in the Meadowlands.
Yep. And it's going to be like a 16 to 13 type of game.
Yeah, like really, really bright sun, 30 degrees, windy, sucks. Everybody there is pissed off.
Big day for Saquon though.
Giants score like the other thing I feel like the Giants do is they score on like the opening drive, and then their next points don't come till like a field goal with like 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
A lot of rushing yards.
A lot of rushing yards. Oh, little tease from Mount Rushmore. Okay, Jake.
I'm going homer here. I'm going Dolphins minus 3.5 against the Browns. Dolphins may have said it before. They're undefeated with Tua. Browns, they're like the biggest roller coaster this season, I feel like.
They are.
Yeah.
It is a Jacoby Brissett revenge game.
It is.
However,
yeah.
Big one.
it's also the Browns' defense sucks ass, but they're 14th against the pass. So they're not that bad against the pass. And I don't know, I get the feeling like this is going to be Stefanski's going to figure it out and just we're going to run the ball, try to limit how many
Whose
points.
Chubb is
versus
better?
Chubb.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I know. Yeah, whose Chubb is better?
We
Do you
call
know
this,
that
this is docking.
Bradley got his first career tackle against Nick when he was a rookie in Denver. They're cousins, obviously. Yeah. So, and I went back and I looked. I think everyone knows this, but the story about Chubbtown is like all time. The town that their family created in Georgia during the Civil War, as an independent, like it was African Americans during the Civil War, and they were like left alone because they were completely independent of everyone else.
And probably because they would just kick the shit out of you. They were chubs, and if you showed up, they'd tackle you.
Yeah, and it also, I was reading the story again, and it was Bradley, like I guess when he was in high school, everyone, like his coach was like, hey, you see this kid who's like just killing everyone in this like 4 towns over, Nick? And Bradley went home and was like, do we know this person? He has the same last name. He's like, yeah, that's your cousin.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and they're both awesome football players.
So if you want to see,
is Chubtown still a thing?
I think so. I think Chubtown might still exist in Georgia.
Chubtown's probably the toughest place on earth.
Yes.
So if any friends
Chubtown, Georgia still exists.
down in Miami want to see the Chub Off, they can use the
Chub
Game Time app for $146.
That's a steal for a Chub Off.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so Game Time. Go get flash deals in the app for the weekend preview and exclusive deals that Game Time offers that you won't find anywhere else. What was that price?
$146.
$146 for the Chub Off. Download the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login. Redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Game Time is the official sponsor of Barstool Sports. Pardon my take. Ticketing sponsor. They do all of our tickets. Game Time. Go download the Game Time app, go to the account tab, create a login, and redeem code PMT for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. What was it again? 154?
146.
146, so it's 126.
126, yep.
When you use code PMT for $20 off your first purchase, terms apply. Okay, Hank, let's go some underdogs. All of them. There's so many that look good.
There is a lot. Hungry Dog Parlay, this is the week it's going to hit.
Are you guaranteeing this?
I'm guaranteeing I'm going to try my best.
Okay, that's admirable.
At least one of them will hit this week.
Okay.
Guaranteed?
Personal guarantee.
Okay.
That at least one of them will hit?
Yeah.
What happens if none of them hit? Cut off a pinky.
The next week, I'll just make it money line. I'll be so distraught from not being so bad that I will do.
You'll double
points
guarantee next week.
Points. Okay. All right. Good.
I'll go away from the money line and just go to points
cover
because we
some
got to get a win
spreads.
for the people.
Yeah.
But we're going 3 for 3. Starting with the Detroit Lions, Jared Goff just came on the show. PMT bump. Justin Fields is good. I'm just worried about his running. He might get hurt. Takes big hits. Ultimately, though, I think this game, every single game with the Lions, they're in the game. My only concern, I think this game is going to come down to the end. My only concern is a field goal where it's tied. But I could see either team winning in as the clock expires with a field goal.
It's a coin flip.
I mean,
I just hope it's not a tie game field goal. I hope it's like Lions down 2. Somehow they're in the lead. They don't win, but the Bears hit a field goal. It's a worst case scenario.
I could definitely see the Bears kicking a field goal at the last second.
Or the Lions.
Beating the Lions in heartbreaking fashion. And the Lions really wishing that they had won this game because they just try to win every game.
Yeah.
And Bears being like, fuck, I can't believe we won this game. That sucks.
Yeah, no, it's a coin flip game. It is going to be cold. Are you a little nervous about that?
No.
Jared in the weather.
Indoor cat? Okay.
Cali boy.
Okay.
He's a Detroit guy.
That's true.
He is Detroit.
What else is in the Hungry Dog?
Keep going.
All right, okay, we'll keep going. You can tell us if there's something in the Hungry Dog. Max, your favorite underdog.
This one's a little risky, but I'll take Vikings plus 3.5. I'm thinking that Josh probably won't play. So
Case Keenum revenge game.
Yeah, sure.
I'll be honest. I went through the thing. I have 7. I have 7.
7?
I need to narrow it down.
7?
So I'm open to suggestions.
All right. Yeah, this game. I hope Josh Allen plays. It feels like
So
It feels like he isn't.
I'll just give a preview because this is going to be my over.
Okay.
And it's my lock. And I'm so confident in this game because the way I have it broken down is mathematical. It's a mathematical almost certainty this hits. I put it at 80% that the over hits, and here's why. It's like 50-50 that Josh Allen plays.
Yeah.
If Josh Allen plays in this game, over 44 is a guaranteed winner.
What if he plays hurt though?
I have not factored that into my equation.
He could play.
Wait, you're not even letting me
All right,
finish my equation.
Sorry.
So 50-50 he plays.
Yep.
The over hits. 44 points, Josh
Correct.
Allen probably hits it himself. If he doesn't play, Case Keenum revenge game, I still give that 30% chance of hitting over 44 points. That means 80% chance
that you'll get it.
The over hits. You'd be a certified moron not to bet the over on this game.
I'd agree. I am worried about Josh Allen playing and being hurt.
I did not factor that into my
'Cause he's a tough
mathematical
motherfucker.
equation.
Also, just a heads up, we are friends with Josh Allen. I had some people reach out to me being like, what's the deal with Josh Allen? One thing I will never do is text one of our friends being like, how injured are you?
Yeah.
Like, that's a faux pas.
Yeah,
I don't think it would be cool for me to text Josh and be like, hey, you think you're starting? How's the elbow, dude?
Yeah, that's probably crossing a certain line where he's like, okay, you're just using me for money right now.
Yeah, I had
you know
a
what?
bunch of people be like, can you get the inside scoop on Josh Allen? I'm like, no, I cannot.
And if we did do that, we would only use that information ourselves.
Correct.
And we would not put that out.
Correct. All right, so the overside, because we'll get to that, what is your favorite underdog?
My favorite underdog is I'm going to take Green Bay at home against the Cowboys. And I could have gone with Chargers-Niners. I could have gone – well, I am personally already betting on the Colts at the Raiders.
Yep.
But I don't want that to be a double loser. I'm
Yep.
putting my money on Saturday, but I don't want to put this ongoing season-long gambling thing we have on Saturday.
Okay, so I was thinking about that one. I think I'm going to go instead. I'm going to
5 points, by the way.
Nice.
I'm going to take – no, this is gross. No, you know what? I'm not going to take that. I was going to take the Steelers.
Yeah.
I know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going
Kenny
to –
Pickett alive revenge game.
Yeah. Oh, man. Now – it's funny because we started this being like, I love all the underdogs. Now I'm actually looking at it, and I actually hate all the underdogs. How did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? I'll go with the Packers with PFT. I like the Packers.
That's a good
as well.
bet.
I do think that's just it's just a too many points game.
Yeah.
It's a too many points. You can't Aaron Rodgers, what is it, +5?
Yep.
Yes.
This would be funny because
Too many points.
This is one of the only opportunities we'll ever see to have Aaron Rodgers piss Big Cat off
Double.
Yeah.
Well, no.
By losing. Like Aaron Rodgers
No, but then I'd be happy.
Aaron Rodgers could lose this game and then Big Cat loses a lot of money on Aaron Rodgers losing the game.
No, I'd be happy if they lost. I would just love for them to lose by 4.
Yeah.
That would be the perfect. So I can have a double win. I actually can't have a double loss. Because if they lose by like 7, I'm still happy the Packers lost.
That's true.
Yeah. So I'm going for the double win. Billy.
I'm on the opposite side of the Bucks. Seahawks 2.5.
Okay.
The Seahawks are doing well. Buccaneers have been shaky lately. I haven't really factored in the Germany factor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't seen Germany wearing symbols of Raptors while concerned with blitzes since the last time there was a firing of a Reich in 1933.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
a
Nailed
great
it.
one.
You read that right off the page. Nailed it.
It took me a long time to write. It took me a long time. I tried.
The Seahawks also got rid of one of their chancellors a few years ago.
Oh.
Cam?
Cam.
Yeah.
He was an SS agent.
Yes.
Strong safety.
There's a lot of meat on the bone.
A lot of meat on the bone. But the scary thing is I'm already scraping it too. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna shoot my load a little bit early here.
By
Which
the
is
way,
kind of what their army did when they split it up into 2 different fronts.
By the way, the Russell Wilson versus Pete Carroll back and forth is awesome now. I wish they could schedule another game. I want them to play again because I don't know if you guys saw it, but Pete Carroll said that Geno Smith is playing out of his mind, and the communication between Geno Smith and the offensive coordinator Shane Waldron has been great. And unlike the former Seahawk quarterbacks, he's willing to wear a play card on his wristband.
Yeah.
And then Russell Wilson said, "We won a lot of games without one on the wrist for me." So they're just having a little. That's messy. It's great.
That's one of my favorite debates or favorite like pieces of antagonism going back and forth between a player and a coach is he wears the wristband or he refuses to wear the wristband because he thinks that it makes him look dumb. Is that why some players don't like to do it?
I don't know. I would wear the wristband. Like, you just have the answers to the test right there on your
1,000%.
hand.
You're an idiot if you don't wear the wristband.
Yeah, it's similar to when coaches don't wear the headset. Remember when Brady Hoke used to not wear the headset and Michigan was just getting killed every week? It's like you couldn't look dumber if you're just watching this game. You don't even know what they're talking about.
I know another leader in Germany that made everybody wear a band on their arm.
There we go. Okay.
I am going with the Chargers +7 at the 49ers on Sunday Night Football. Short trip, too many points.
Short trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually
short trip.
pretty far away.
But for
Easy
the
commute,
NFL.
and for all the
Yeah.
Chargers fans, this could be a home game for them probably.
Yeah.
Short trip, a lot of points, and this is kind of disrespectful for a 5-3 team. That's a lot of points.
Okay.
A lot of injuries.
Better record, a lot of injuries.
It is a ton of points, and I also think that this is like people are completely out on the Chargers right now.
Yeah.
Everyone hates the Chargers, and they still have a lot of talent. And
Niners off a bye is probably what why the points are a little bit higher. Okay, short trip. I like it. Hey, listen, I bet on the Bucs because Tom Brady. I could envision Tom Brady being the first guy to win in 4 different countries. So, short trip plays. Short trip plays. All right, what are the other underdogs you're thinking about, Hank?
The Steelers I like a lot. The Cardinals, although I don't know. The Colts. I feel like I had to put the Colts in. The Jeff Saturday clip is unbelievable.
Here's the deal. Everybody talks about I'm completely comfortable in who I am as a man, bro. I know I can lead men. I know the game of football, and I'm passionate about it. I have no fear about, are you as qualified as somebody else? Bro, I spent 14 years in a locker room. I went to playoffs 12 times. I got 5 dudes in the Hall of Fame that play with it. You don't think I've seen greatness? You don't think I've seen how people prepare, how they coach, how they GM, how they work? Won Super Bowls, been to 2. Like, here's the deal, man. None of us are promised a good job. I may be terrible at this. And after 8 games, I'll say, God bless you. I am no good. I may be really good at it. I got no idea. But I dang sure ain't going to back down. I can tell you that.
Jeff Saturday doing an opening press conference and saying the word bro and man was incredible. And he was just hold on, I think I have the exact quote.
And it's going to be Broncos and Lions, and then I need to figure out the third.
Yeah, so Jeff Saturday said, actually, let's keep going because I think I'm going to take that as my under. Before we do our overs and unders, BetterHelp, go check out BetterHelp. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Unfortunately, life doesn't come with a user manual, so when it's not working for you, it's normal to feel stuck. Navigating any of life's challenges can make you feel unsure, whether it's a career change, a new relationship, or becoming a parent. Therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills, which makes therapy the closest thing to a guided tour of the complex engine called you. So whether you have been using it, we've all talked about therapy. Got to take care of your mentals. It should be not something that has a stigma around it. BetterHelp is there to help you, and it's super easy to get involved. As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with the therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler. No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at BetterHelp.com/PMT. That's BetterHelp.com/PMT. BetterHelp.com/PMT. Go check it out now and make sure you're taking care of your mentals. Jake has removed himself from the room.
I think he had to go to the bathroom.
We've been taping for 40 minutes.
Lamar Jackson again.
40 minutes. He's got to be worried about this, right? He's just got a lot of nervous energy.
I think so. He's got, his stomach is just in knots this week.
He's just nervous.
DK Marsh calf.
Yeah.
Nice.
Good. That was nice.
It can't just become a full pun show. I guess that wouldn't even be a pun. That was just putting.
Yeah.
I was just putting him. I was just smacking his name in the middle of that.
I just wonder if Jake is he going to do some sort of Jim Nance giveaway after it's over, like the tie?
I will, because I bought a basketball tie, so I should.
Okay,
like
yeah,
a tie with basketballs.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it.
you should give it away to whoever the guy is that impressed you the most.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Good call.
I'm looking at, by the way, they're doing some previews of this Commanders press conference that's about to happen with the D.C. Attorney General. I think my picture is on one of the boards that's next to them, because it said that Commanders fans demanded accountability, and there's a guy that looks like me from the chin down pointing at the Sell the Team shirt that I have.
Jake's back.
They didn't compensate me for this.
Well, you're
Let me see the picture.
an ambassador, so they probably have.
Yeah,
you.
they actually probably did. You
It's
probably
probably
signed
in my
something.
I signed
Yeah.
away my life, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, but it's the Attorney General that's doing this, not the Commanders.
Can I see a picture?
Yeah.
Jake, how you doing?
Really had to pee.
We've only been taping for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot of water this week.
Are you getting prehydrated?
Yeah.
I can tell. It's a lot. Okay. Overs?
Yeah, this is just purely spite, revenge. I'm in that state of my gambling season. I've lost every European game this year with the overs and unders. I went under, went over, went over, went under. I'm taking the Oktoberfest.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
It's fun to say.
Just for strictly that reason.
Yeah.
You could bet the other overs.
But I need to win
You're
in
spite.
Europe.
You're spite. Yeah. You need to win in Europe. You
Yeah.
need to prove that you can win in Europe.
Correct.
People are starting to ask
No.
questions like, can he win in Europe? Did he puke on the blackjack table? These are the questions.
Yes and no are the answers.
You can win in Europe, but
I
you haven't
didn't
done it
puke at-
before.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Max.
Bears, Lions.
Yes.
Over.
I like that one too.
Let's go.
Shootout.
Those are two
Bears just
over
become an
teams.
over
Those
team.
are
It'd be so
big
much
over
fun.
teams.
It'd be
48 and a
so much fun.
That is cool. That is a shift that at least you can always look forward to the games if they're going to be overs.
Yeah, 48.5 is it? I'm taking it as well. I love it. All right. You have yours.
I got the Vikings, Bills,
Bills.
yep.
The Oktoberfest is 44.5.
44.5. You're gonna lose that.
No.
I mean the Bucks play like every single Bucks game is 16 to 14.
I
Yeah,
wonder how
things-
does that total compare to PFT tweets from this game?
Well,
Over 44.5.
I was going to say things tend to end in Germany in 45, so I kind of like it.
I think
Okay.
I'll take
I'm gonna
both
be-
overs.
I'm gonna be
both
in my
overs.
bunker for this
Both
one,
Overs.
just-
Both overs. Billy.
I'm going with Lions Bears 48.5.
Okay. So that was the same as me and Max. Yeah. Okay. We're all riding on that together. Jake.
Oktoberfest.
Okay.
So we've got 3 on Detroit, Chicago, 2 on Seattle, Tampa Bay, and
And then
PFT on.
PFT's 80% chance.
80%
as
lock.
long as Josh Allen doesn't play injured.
I don't know. I got to crunch some numbers on that one. I don't know
Yeah.
how that affects my
What
ratio.
happens if he just goes in and hands the ball off? Okay, unders, and then we'll do Mount Rushmore and Fantasy Fuckboys.
I'm going with the risky Bills Vikings against PFT. Kind of taking
You
the
only have a
opposite
20%
side.
chance of winning.
I
Yeah,
have a
you
20%
do. That
chance
is
of
very
winning.
Why would you
tough.
do that to yourself?
Yeah.
Bills defense is
I
really
just
good
broke it
against
down
Kirk
for you.
Cousins and Josh. Even if he
It does feel like
is playing and he's hurt, they're probably going to be running the ball a lot. Like I don't think they're going to be. Let's just throw the ball 60 times if he has a fucked up arm, and I could see the Bills defense shutting Kirk Cousins down.
It does feel like a Von Miller butt fucking Kirk Cousins type of game.
That
Like
would
literally just
be very
being on
tough.
top.
And if you have a
to look
fucked up
himself
arm,
in
you have
the
to
mirror
manage
after
that in
Yeah.
a way that they might not play their normal
Yeah,
style offense.
under pressure.
So the concern I would have is that and you've already seen it start to happen, is the Vikings Mickey Mouse schedule and how all of their wins have been either against like backup quarterbacks or just all sorts of weird stuff. This would be the perfect addition to that if they did beat the Bills.
In Case Keenum.
And it's either Case Keenum or if it's Josh Allen with a messed up
Oh,
elbow.
it's an easy excuse for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Oh, yeah.
add that to the list of like, this is the only reason why you won. But they just continue to win right in our faces. So I wouldn't be shocked. I just did the mental math. I've now adjusted my total. If Josh Allen plays, it's a 60% chance the over hits. 65% chance the over hits.
Wait, so now it's an 85% chance it hits because you have a 20% chance if Case Keenum plays.
And then that's 55% chance that Case Keenum wins if he plays.
Got it.
So it's balanced out 60. This game now has 60% chance
Okay,
of
we've
the over.
downgraded.
I like that strategy.
Yeah.
That's still way more than 40.
Yeah. Max.
Chargers, Niners, 45.5.
I want it so bad, but I just keep getting burned with. I think I've picked the wrong primetime over/under every single game this year. Like I've been like, oh, nice primetime unders, then I'll bet it, and then like the Chiefs Bucks game happened, and then I'll be like, oh, primetime overs. And
Chargers
then
don't have anybody on offense anymore, so it's like
Keenan Allen out.
Joshua Palmer. You're not a big Joshua Palmer guy.
no.
Austin
No.
Eckler.
Austin Eckler.
Austin Eckler.
I've got this bet that I'm thinking about getting out there. The double dick. I feel like Austin Eckler is going to double dick this shit out of the 40. He might even triple dick.
You got to
him.
get one in the barn though.
He might triple dick him.
Okay, you're under PFT.
My under is Chiefs Jaguars
Yeah.
because
I like it.
We're still thinking about the Chiefs as being an over team.
50.5. I don't know if the Jaguars have ever been involved in a 50-plus game.
The
Oh,
Chiefs.
in terms of over-under.
The Steeler game. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I was
In
going to say
terms
the
of
Steeler
the
playoff
over-under,
game.
yeah.
The Chiefs are not, in fact, an overs team. I think they're 2-5.
And they also aren't a cover big spreads team.
Yeah.
Every time they're favored by more than like a touchdown, I feel like they never cover.
So I just feel like Etienne and his duck foot are going to run the ball, and I think that Tyreek Hill leaving and going to the Dolphins has turned a lot of these 65-yard touchdowns into like 35-yard gains to Mecole Hardman.
Yes.
Which then in turns it eats up way more of the clock.
Yes.
And I just think we need to, as a nation, like shake ourselves of the vibe that the Chiefs are an over team.
Yes, I'd agree. This is also this is like a weird uniform matchup game. Like, I'm just seeing the Chiefs in their reds, and then the Jaguars just, I don't know. This game will probably be on. We'll have this on. We have to figure out, I think Texans Giants. Maybe it doesn't go on. Giants fans will be upset. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what game gets booted. Okay, my under is going to be Colts versus Raiders. Billy,
Also my under.
You're against your guy.
3 offensive coordinators in 3 games.
So
that's
okay,
not good
why.
for offense.
All right, so it's under 42.5.
Coach
and
killer.
There's a couple reasons why. One, the Colts are, from everything Jeff Saturday said, I think they're just going to try to kick field goals and run the ball, because he said it's hard. I was an offensive lineman, bro. It was hard for us to score, so we're going to take the points. Jeff Saturday, in his opening press conference, said the word bro and man multiple times. He said, "It's me, dude. I ain't going to change." I told him, if I'm not authentic, bro, we got nowhere to go. But it's who I am. And he also said, here's the deal. Everybody talks about my inexperience. I'm completely comfortable in who I am as a man. I know I can lead men. I know the game of football, and I'm passionate about it. Bro, I spent 14 years in a locker room. I went to the playoffs 12 times. I got 5 dudes in the Hall of Fame that played with me. You don't think I've seen greatness? You don't think I've seen how people prepare, how they can coach, how they can manage, how they work? I mean, I won a Super Bowl, been to 2. Here's the deal, man. None of us are promised a good job. I may be terrible at this. After 8 games, I'll say, God bless you, I'm no good. I may be really good at it. I've got no idea, but I dang sure ain't going to back down. Yeah. Just, I mean,
he's kind of like,
it didn't make me more confident. It just was like,
for me.
I was just like, you know what? He was honest. Like, he just said bro and man a lot, and he was like, I might suck, I might be good, I might win, I might lose, whatever.
Yeah, no, it definitely made me more confident because he was out there. He was saying, bro, man, Jeff Saturday is for the boys.
Dude.
He's like Dan Campbell mixed with Billy Mays.
Yeah.
And
a touch of Billy football.
And a little bit of Billy football. But mostly if you look at Campbell and
not the accountability
and
part.
Billy Mays, you squish them together, you get Jeff Saturday, and you have to ride with Jeff for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what he's got here. Like, the dude has found himself in a situation that he could have never possibly imagined himself being in. And now it's just a matter of seeing, like, if somebody who's supremely unqualified for a head coaching job can just, like, will and effort their way into making it work. And that's what you want in an interim coach anyways. It's just, like, make people play hard.
Yeah. That's exactly right. So, I'm taking the under in this game. I think he's going to just try to kick field goals and run the ball.
Josh McDaniels' revenge game, too.
Josh McDaniels' revenge game. His brief time as the head coach that was just floated out there. And then the Colts, by the way, the weird stat from the Colts, they're 0-9 versus the first half spread.
Oh.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
They suck.
Okay, so
but now we can't. But now we don't know because they might be different with Jeff Saturday.
This might be a situation too where we see fake field goals, fake punts, onside kick from Jeff Saturday because he's gonna be eager to try all this weird shit out in the game,
bro.
Okay,
you're under, Jake.
I'm with you guys.
Okay.
Under 42.5. Also for boomers, how was your Jeff Saturday?
Oh, nice.
Put it
I
in
like
there.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday on Sunday shirts.
Saturday on Sunday.
Sale
Go
now.
buy them now. All right. Other games we missed. The Broncos are playing the Titans. That game is going to suck.
Broncos money line.
Okay.
Titans quarterback. I mean, the Titans should have won that game last week. They just, the quarterback.
Titans are bad in these types of games that people expect them to win.
Yeah. The Titans, by the way, also are the first team since 2005 Steelers to win 5 of their first 8 games while averaging fewer than 22 pass attempts a game. A throwback team.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's see. What other games do we have?
Saints Steelers.
So I've given you the Panthers stat. The teams that have played the teams that played the Panthers are have not won after playing the Panthers. There's a reverse on the Saints. The Ravens. Teams that played the Ravens, the next week they're 7-0-1 against the spread. So the Saints played the Ravens last week. So if you want to follow that dumb stat, go for it.
Because they're just thankful to not have a quarterback like Lamar Jackson at their time.
Correct.
So I like the Saints here because we all forget, Kirk Cousins, we do talk about him in primetime a lot. Andy Dalton kind of gets a pass on that because Andy Dalton is 6-16 in those reverse vampire games where he just disappears after the sun goes down. And also TJ Watt is returning for this game.
Yes.
TJ Watt's coming back. That's what makes me nervous about the Andy Dalton thing. I do like Andy Dalton. I am betting on the Saints, but TJ coming back with and without TJ Watt. With Watt, they're 52-24-2. Without Watt, what are they, 0-7 now?
No, they beat the Bucs.
That's right. Yeah,
they beat the Bucs.
So they're like 1-7.
Yep.
Their sacks per game go from 3.5 down to 1.6 sacks per game. And right now, I didn't realize this. TJ Watt is 7.5 sacks away from the all-time Steeler record.
Wow.
A team that has had some pretty good defenses.
Did he have like 5 sacks in the first game? No,
he had 1. I think.
Oh, I thought he had more because that's just Jerry getting in my ear. He's like, TJ Watt's gonna have the most sacks by the end of the year.
I think he had a bunch of hits.
Yeah.
I think he only had 1 in that first game.
So that game will be I don't know. Mike Tomlin is a dog. He's a dog. He's truly a dog. He had 1 sack in that game against the Bengals.
It was an impressive sack.
It was a very impressive
sack.
Okay, should we do some fantasy fuckboys and we'll get to Jon Anik? Oh, Mount Rushmore. Let's do that real quick.
Saquon.
I will do pass. Someone else figure
Austin
out
Eckler.
Okay,
and a bonus triple dicking on top of it. He's going to score 3 touchdowns.
Triple dicking, Austin Eckler. I was going to pick Kenneth Walker, but
Justin Fields.
He's not playing. Oh, I'll take
good point, Hank.
Yeah, let's do Justin Fields. Good call. Justin Fields.
The crazy thing is, I don't even think the odds are going to be that good on Justin Fields.
No, they probably won't. I think last week he was like 54 or something. So yeah, they probably won't. What do you got? Oh, the Team Jilly Lab.
Chubb off.
The Chubb off. So you're taking Nick Chubb.
Not Bradley. Yes.
Okay,
that would be crazy.
Maybe
that would be crazy. Yeah,
plus 50,000.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Hank bet Derek Watt to score a touchdown. So
that was close.
So close.
15 games off.
Yeah. All right. Fantasy fuckboys, then we'll get to Jon Anik.
What's up, motherfucker?
What's up?
What up,
Hey.
bitch?
What up?
Cannoli, ravioli, fastoli.
Hey, C-R-F.
My stardom is Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon, another kid?
Wilding out, he's having another kid.
This guy.
My stardom, his sperm is fucking put him on the front lines. He's converting every time. His hit rate's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like little tiny little fullbacks with tails.
My situm, Bitcoin.
Oh, me too.
All my coins are falling apart. Crypto's in shambles. FTX, it's just a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Oh, my ape's gone.
This is why we only do cash. And my sleeper is NBA City jerseys.
Oh, shit.
A bunch of them released. Some of them are unreal. Some of them are absolutely disgusting. The Hornets just says CLT. That's a bonk waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Too many jerseys.
Can wait till we find that guy at the top of the arc. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. That's my stardom sleeper.
Okay. Thanks, Fasoli, for what was your name?
Cannoli, ravioli.
Solely.
Let's get the energy up here, boys. All right, let's go, boys.
Get the energy
pump it up. Pump it up. Pump it up.
Hey, what's up?
That was a low T.
What's up, dickheads? This is your favorite
Hey,
mayor.
don't call me a dickhead, you dickhead.
This is your favorite mayor, Chris Cuomo.
Oh, I'm Capo Cuomo.
Oh,
I'm
no.
back.
Fredo's in the house.
Fredo in the house. Hey,
We don't say that.
sorry, my brother, the mayor. I'm the guy that you don't know that I've got nipple rings, but I got nipple rings.
Hell yes.
I'm starting chicken wings this weekend. You know, chicken wings. I haven't really eaten chicken wings yet this fall. You know, I've had some chicken wings, but I haven't really gone out for wings.
Hell yes.
Which is
you gonna get
it's
some?
a difference between going out for wings and just eating chicken wings.
Plan your whole day around it.
I'm eating some chicken wings on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm sitting the hangover, the brutal hangover that I'm going to come back with on Sunday.
Grow up.
Because it
Grow up. Or throw up like
I'm not
Hank.
throwing
Keep
up
drinking.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw up.
Find your nearest
I'm
blackjack
not gonna-
table and throw up.
I'm not going to
Sambuca.
I'm not going to throw up. I'm going to be smoking cigs inside. I'm going to be drinking some Jello shots. Not going to be throwing up this weekend.
Yeah.
And then my sleeper this weekend is a very important sleeper because I'm going to, again, say that Austin Eckler's going to triple dick the shit out of him. 3 dicks. Airtight.
go.
The Niners are going to be airtight. Triple dick.
Let's go. All right, what's up, guys? What up, fuckheads?
Hey.
My name's Giancarlo Ravioli.
Hey.
What's up,
My stardom this week is going to be our good friend Lenny Dykstra.
Lenny.
He got into the politics this week, reaching out to, was it Lauren Bobbitt?
Lauren Boebert.
Basically saying, hey, if you need a shoulder to cry on, hit the DMs. I'll dick you down. Lenny Dykstra, the consummate gentleman.
Respect. I bet when
Respect.
he goes down on girls, he's probably still got a cheek full of Red Man.
Yeah, oh yeah, you got to. Nice flavor.
Red Wave.
Make it
Red Man meet Red Wave.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Make it nice and wet.
Nice. On your period?
Yeah, you need some cranberry juice?
Yeah, sit him. Elon Musk. This dude's just fucking everything up. It's fucking chaos in the streets. Yeah. Everyone's got a check mark. No idea what's going on. He's basically just the richest troll of all time. Salute.
You and your mother got a check mark.
I respect it.
Yeah,
you know?
salute. And then my sleeper is Larry David. You said FTX and Bitcoin? No. My sleeper is Larry David because he did an FTX ad. He got that bag, Super Bowl ad a couple years ago, and he was like, I'm not investing. And he's like, I'm never wrong about these things. That was supposed to be the joke, and it ended up being that he was never wrong.
Hey, slow zoom in. Ba 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 da.
Boom.
Funny guy. I know a guy who told me.
What do you mean funny?
What do you mean funny?
You guys are funny guys.
Like a clown?
Yeah, funny like a clown. Yeah, what you gonna do? Funny guy.
All right, do it.
All right. It's
Real
Capo
life.
Cuomo. It's Capo Cuomo. My stardom is bum fights. We got more bum fights coming up. We got Andrew Tate probably gonna fight Jake Paul soon. Love bum fights. Used to do bum fights behind the place back in the day in the parking lot. It was a great time. Used to throw cash on this Bitcoin. Great time. My Situm, verified Twitter, sucks. Too many people verified. Can just pay for it. It's pay to play. How we like it, but it's Twitter. And my sleeper is arson. Arson sneaks up on you. Usually your fires are done by people you and your brothers know. Arson, Situm, lots of fires.
Yeah,
a lot of firefighters are actually arsonists.
It's not arson. It's just the
70%.
the restaurant that I invested in heavily had a tragic accident.
It's not like squares and rectangles. Not every firefighter is an arsonist, but there's a lot of arsonists that are firefighters.
Love it.
Just say.
All right, Fantasy Fuckboys. Taking it to Jon Anik. Good job, everyone.
I'd also like to put my hand up and say that it looks like it might actually be Nate in the picture.
Oh,
Of him pointing
cool.
his and I know
Similar
that because
Yeah.
well, it's just
you guys look exactly alike.
it's just like the tits part of it, and then Nate just tweeted out, "I don't get credit for anything." So I wanted to make sure that Nate got credit.
You got dog.
because it's his shirt. Congratulations, Nate.
All right, let's go. Let's talk to Jon Anik, our good friend, some UFC, some Meatball Molly in studio. Before we do that, PFT, you got a quick word from our sponsors.
Yeah, it's tailgate season, which means that it's Chevy season. We're starting to see pretenders and contenders emerging this NFL season, and there's one player that is never a pretender and always a contender, and that player is the Chevy Silverado. Silverado shows up week in and week out with unstoppable grit and determination. Chevy Silverado is the ultimate tailgate flex with the available multi-flex tailgate and power outlet built right into the bed. And the first ever ZR2 is the ultimate off-road machine. From tailgates and stadium lots to off-road adventures, Chevy Silverado has you covered. Head over to Chevy.com to learn more about the Chevy Silverado. And now, here's Jon Anik.
Okay, we now welcome on our very good friend, longtime recurring guest, has a recurring guest t-shirt that he just told us about.
Ha!
It is Jon Anik. You can probably tell from that laugh. It's Jon Anik, the voice of UFC. UFC 281 tomorrow, Madison Square Garden. Our girl Meatball Molly fighting in it.
Yes.
You're calling it. I mean, let's start there because Meatball Molly, like, just pump us up because I'm going to be there. I think I'm sitting ringside, which I'm a little nervous because if she doesn't win, that's going to suck. So she's going to win, right?
Well, you've seen that betting line, I'd imagine.
Well, you always know the gambling.
Well,
line.
Aaron
That's why I
Blanchfield.
love you. That's why I love you.
Aaron Blanchfield, her opponent, was born in 1999. That probably makes you feel pretty old. Is like minus 380 right now.
Oh, no.
So
no.
Molly's up against it, at least as far as the grappling is concerned. But she was actually with the Barstool family, Dave Portnoy and others, when she got the call. What do you do in November 12th, Madison Square Garden? And I will tell you guys, like, there was a time Molly McCann was 3-3 in the UFC. She's now 6-3. She's won 3 in a row. Like, she has found herself, whether it's a mental thing or an emotional thing. I don't know. You know, she's far better equipped to win this fight now against Erin Blanchfield, who's like all the rage, than she was a few years ago. But it's great to be here with you boys in studio. I was on episode 3 of Pardon My Take.
Huge.
Episode 3.
I think that might have been the first episode where we stopped with the air horns and
Ha!
Yeah.
all the crazy sound effects. So you could make the argument like that's the original episode as it stands.
There you go.
Now.
I'll take it. But this is my first time in studio with you boys, and obviously we get excited when PMT starts talking UFC. So
And by the way, congratulations. You just re-signed with UFC, correct?
Thank you, buddy. Got my agent Gideon Cohen in the Barstool building with me today. And it's been 11 years, which is pretty wild. I remember in 2011, I was in Bristol, Connecticut at ESPN, and took me a while to get out of Boston to get to Bristol, and then sort of had a UFC opportunity that was unique insofar as I was going to get 20 play-by-play opportunities, right? It was hard for me to get football games at ESPN. I'd get like one a season. You're not going to get any better. But I just felt like this was the right wagon to sort of hitch myself to.
And it would feel so awkward to me if I was at home and I heard like your voice on a football game.
Yeah.
Or like a I don't know, like a Pac-12 football game on a Saturday. I'd be like, that doesn't work for me. Does your agent get mad when you get introduced as being the voice of the UFC? Because like on one hand, it means you're important to the UFC, but on the other, does that like limit the competition that's out there bidding for you?
Well, I'm actually a full-time UFC employee, but there was an opportunity in 2015 to call like a national football game on FS1. It was Arizona at Washington back when Chris Peterson was coaching the Huskies. Now, I'll tell you guys, like, I'm an NFL guy, right? But at the time I got that call from my agent, I couldn't name 10 college football players, right? I literally locked myself in my bedroom and, just tried to lean into my strengths. And it was just so amazing being in a college football atmosphere like that. So I would like to scratch that itch again at some point, if not, the NFL. But first things first, we got to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's pretty cool to be like synonymous with a sport that is just like exploded in popularity, because you just think about it, you close your eyes and you're like Jon Anik calling incredible moments. Like that's got to be very cool, because that happens. You can think about like Al Michaels calling big football moments, or like Brent Musburger doing college football. UFC, you are UFC.
Well, thank you, buddy.
Vice versa.
Well, it means a lot to hear you say that, of course, and I've just kind of, as trite as it sounds, tried to just keep my head down, right? I got hired, I was the number 2 guy. Now, I never would have left ESPN if I didn't think I could ascend and work with Joe Rogan and be that number 1 guy on pay-per-view, but Dana White can be a hard guy to root for, and like I have a clause in my contract, sorry Gideon, but like they can fire me without cause at any time, essentially, right? And I got to earn that seat Saturday night. I know that sounds like, come on, dude, they're going to keep you. You just signed a new 4-year deal. But you have to. You have no choice, right?
I feel like the call that you had in the Leon Edwards fight probably went a long way. That was like your signature call, would you say?
Yeah,
like
I think
you saw
so.
the future in that moment.
Yeah, and everyone else doubted you.
Do you want to walk us through that moment and what you saw that everybody else missed?
Well, I think I had some good fortune, but you guys are very kind. But no, essentially, Leon Edwards had lost the first 23 minutes of the fight, and it was a listless performance, and he was lacking urgency. He didn't seem desperate enough, and he had been waiting for this championship opportunity for a long time. So the narrative at times during the broadcast became, I don't know if he's trying to go the distance and get to this moral victory. Our coach Dean Thomas, who works as an analyst on our broadcast, said, I don't know if he's chasing a moral victory. And that narrative got brought up again late in the fight, and I was just tired of hearing it, I think, at that point in time. So I said, yeah, but that's not the cloth from which he is cut. And then literally 3 seconds later, he lands the head kick. And the most special moment for me was a few weeks thereafter when I ran into Leon, and the man's never hugged me tighter and was like, he's not cut from that cloth, So at the forefront of my mind all the time is that, like, this is the soundtrack of their professional lives, and their family is watching this. You better not fucking butcher their names, right? It's like, so I take it pretty seriously. At times, maybe I take it too seriously, but it's cool to be sort of the voice of a sport, for lack of a better way to put it. And obviously our sport is global, so it's unique as far as that's concerned. Most of my Instagram followers probably are not in the U.S.,
Come from Brazil, Jon Anik.
Yeah.
But when you grow up,
yeah.
But when you grow up in Boston, right, as a mainstream sports fan, I don't know that NFL pull is ever going to go away. Now, I may never realize that opportunity. I haven't called a football game now as I sit here with you guys in 7 years, and I'm probably not going to be their first call. But I'd be lying if I said, 10 years from now, there wouldn't be some regret if I don't grace an NFL booth at some point.
You should have. I should start texting you what my picks are, because I had Usman to finish a money line parlay. So that's really when you should have known that Leon Edwards still had a chance. Because watching that, I mean, it was an incredible call. But in the moment, I remember you being like, Leon Edwards is not like done. Watch out. And I was like, shut up, John. Shut the fuck up. Like, let's just end this fight right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm contractually prevented from betting on mixed martial arts, which you guys will probably not be surprised to hear that. Now, when I first got hired, I couldn't bet on the UFC. Now, the document says you can't bet on the UFC, you can't bet on mixed martial arts, you can't even bet on boxing.
Really?
I might have to violate that part of the contract. By the way.
Yeah.
Well, your agent is not happy with that.
to have you like locked in on all the props, and you do know what the odds are.
You always know the
every
odds. I
fight is
love
happening.
that.
Like to you not even be able to bet on it, but still know that. That's a step of a level of professionalism I would not be able to aspire to.
Well, thank you, buddy. I don't know how I would do if I was allowed to bet on MMA, right? And obviously we have inside information. Certainly I sat down with Molly McCann today in our fighter meeting, and I have insight that maybe isn't necessarily out there.
Yeah, you want to share some of that?
We'll
bleep
cut
this part out.
We'll cut this.
But I just don't know that I would realize a lot of success betting that sport, even if I was removed from it.
But your knowledge of gambling, because you are a gambling guy, and like being able to say the lines, know exactly when, because that is the future of broadcasting. It always drove me nuts when it's like, hey, if we're watching a Monday Night Football game, it's a blowout, like talk about it, because guess why I'm still watching. Like, and so your ability to weave that in is very important. We're sucking your dick a little too much right now, but there are a lot of people, like, you know, the internet is a mean place.
Yeah.
Most people have haters. You have none.
Well,
how is that possible? What are you doing?
There was a time when my public approval rating was actually pretty low. I mean, I was getting death threats in Lemoore, California after my first show. I mean, there have been growing pains, to be sure, and I still got to earn it, right? I mean, there's certainly an avalanche of hate at times when you get off the air, depending on how the fight card plays out, and if a segment of the fan base feels like we've been one-sided. I mean, you're never going to please everybody, but the gambling thing obviously has been a passion for me. I remember placing my first $10 three-leg baseball parlay in 1997 at Gettysburg College, sportsbook.ag, whatever it was. I was this is the greatest thing in the world.
That was the site you had to send. I used to go to Western Union and send it to the Bahamas and like a money transfer for that.
But, you know, it's like I love gambling and I love cannabis, and thankfully everybody's coming around on those two things. So great. There was a time where I felt like I had to hide in the corner.
Well,
now,
I got a way to make people not like you. You signed your new deal. How much is it for?
I don't even know.
Good question.
No, it's
that's a good question, right? You just say how much money you make, and people will be like, "Fuck this guy."
No, it's crazy to think that at the end of this deal, I'll be 48 and 15 years in, and you know, hopefully, he doesn't terminate me with cause.
Okay,
that is crazy. So maybe we can make some other people hate you. Do you still hate Stockton, California?
I got my 209 tattoo. They hate me. I don't hate them. You know?
Wait, why'd you get the 209?
Isn't that also their way of saying that they love you in Stockton, is like actually sending you death threats?
No, you're right. Yeah, love
that is love.
Yeah. So when Nate Diaz fought Conor McGregor the first time on my podcast, the Anik and Florian podcast, I wasn't calling the pay-per-views at that time, and this was not the first tattoo bet I made. Like, I'm a radio guy. We do tattoo bets all the time.
We have one with Kirk Cousins right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This one, I just happened to get the ink. I think the first tattoo bet I did was if Ronda Rousey loses to Betch Kohei, I'll get the Brazilian flag tattooed on my body. But there's always a tie-in to the tattoo. Like, I've called 27 shows in Brazil. That nation means a lot to me, right? So the Diaz brothers, Nick Diaz was always my favorite fighter. So obviously there was a part of me that wanted the 209 tattoo. I was trying to bring attention to the podcast, so I basically went on the air, however waywardly, and said, you know what, if Nate Diaz comes off vacation in Cabo and beats Conor McGregor with no training camp, I'm going to get a 209 tattoo. Now, the issue became that it surfaced on Nate's radar during fight week. And so he then said, you know, Jon Anik, you know, if he doesn't get a motherfucking 209 tattoo, I'm going to whip his little ass. And, you know, finally my daughters are now at an age where they needed the proper explanation. And actually 3 weeks ago, I sat them down and played them the video of Nate Diaz motherfucking.
Oh, that's awesome. They were like, good choice, Dad.
Yeah, I'm glad you got that
you to
tattoo.
Survive.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly.
We now understand the trade you made. That makes sense. What a weird part about your journey with UFC has to be that Joe Rogan, who you call almost all the fights with, has become like the most popular talked about guy in the world.
Yeah.
Is that when you go online on like a Tuesday and you see him trending, are you like, oh, what's going on now?
It's just crazy. It's nuts. And I feel like every American male age 18 to 45 ingests like every goddamn word the guy says.
Yeah.
So my brother-in-law knows more about my broadcast partner than I do, you know? And I feel like we did a show in Jacksonville, Florida, and like Governor Ron DeSantis like wanted to meet Joe Rogan. So all of a sudden he like dips out during the broadcast, you know, in between fights. He is larger than life, and he's the real article, super genuine guy. He embraced me to such an extent. Like, imagine you're in a broadcast booth, a two-man booth for like 20 years, and it's like, hey, by the way, we're letting your play-by-play guy go. You get this new guy, and we're also bringing in a fighter.
Yeah.
So his whole world sort of changed, and I don't know that he gets enough credit for sort of embracing that, you know? He doesn't get any credit nationally as far as the Emmys go for whatever the fuck reason. Like, how does Joe Rogan not have a sports Emmy at this point in time? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, they give everybody a sports Emmy.
Yeah.
I feel like you see everybody out there that's ever had a show on ESPN, they've at least been nominated for it. But like Joe Rogan, probably the most likable person in terms of commentating their sport that there is. Never won one. That's kind of bizarre to me. I also feel like Joe Rogan has a pretty good head on his shoulders when it comes to, like, he knows that since he's gotten so popular, there are a lot of people that are trying to, like, use him left and right, and he's kind of stayed true to, like, who he is throughout all this. And honestly, just seems like a good hang, too.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. And what's interesting for me, a lot of people see me as a conduit to get to Joe, right?
That's why we had you on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Can we,
do you want to call him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he in the green room
right
right
you can
now?
ask me for the most famous person on my cell phone. But he changes his cell phone number like every 6 months, you know? So on my phone, you see Rogan 2018, 2019, you know?
That's
like,
funny.
Because it just gets out of control with him.
great.
But it was interesting. We're doing a pay-per-view in Buffalo, right? And the whole Buffalo Bills offensive line, this is like 2017, is waiting to meet Joe.
Richie Incognito.
Exactly.
Yep.
Incognito was front and center. So for me, it's like, I'm a Patriots fan, but like I can't wait to meet the Buffalo Bills. Tyrod Taylor was there, you know.
Yeah.
And Joe just respectfully. Like,
that part about Joe, I actually am like a little jealous. He does not give a shit about any other sport.
Yeah.
Like you could say, any football player's like, I don't care. I only care about UFC.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like daydream about like, what if I just only watch one sport?
Yeah.
Because we talk about all the sports, and there's definitely times where we sound like idiots. I mean, we sound like idiots all the time, but like where we'll say something like, hey, name 4 Seattle Mariners, and we're like, shit. Fuck.
Yeah. But he
Julio
grew up in
Rodriguez,
Massachusetts. Like you would think, growing up in Massachusetts, you can't help but be a little bit of a sports fan. But he is not that.
He doesn't care at all, right?
But I gotta say,
it's
man,
UFC
like
or bust.
kickboxing, boxing, anything combat, he just has such an appetite for. And I don't know if you guys feel this way, but certainly for me, and I say this with all respect to all my broadcast partners, 16 different combinations for me in 11 years, but it just feels bigger when Joe's there. And when we go to Abu Dhabi and he's not there, I wish he was there.
Is he not allowed in Abu Dhabi?
No, a few years ago, he just basically paired it back to North America. So he did commit on the air, if you recall. If Leon Edwards, Kamaru Usman 2 happens in England, we got him to commit on air to come join us for that one. But generally speaking, he doesn't leave North America for the UFC, at least right now.
That's
I mean, I always love the reaction shots that we get from you guys. Anytime there's a big knockout, like, and they seem totally spur of the moment. But are you cognizant of the fact that there's a camera right in your face, and you guys, they're always the best memes right after a fight? Is there one face that you feel like the three of you have pulled off together at the same time that is like head and shoulders above the rest?
You know, obviously the one that comes to mind, Drakkar Klose and Beneil Dariush were in a fight, and essentially one guy's about to knock the other guy out, and then it flips on a dime and just jaws drop. We look pretty fucking homely in some of those shots.
They're great though. You guys are like reaching
They're
out,
real,
like,
though.
you're like holding each other back.
Joe tried, like, you know, if you're about to rear end somebody, and that's what it is. It's
He
a
does the
totally organic
Seinfeld,
reaction
reach
from Joe.
across the
Yeah,
breast.
Big
exactly.
Cat did that to me like 2 months ago in the car. He reached out and held me back.
Yeah.
it was
Just
it was
good
kid
fucking
reflexes.
Yeah, look out for my partner.
But it is, you know, a lot is made of that. But right, it's a tiny fucking camera right above Rogan's monitor. That's like the last thing I'm thinking about. So when some people come at us and say, "Oh, you're playing to the cameras," it's like,
Yeah, no,
dick
that
fuck.
camera.
Listen,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no,
No.
not at all, and not for nothing. As soon as I cap the highlight, I'm dealing with traffic. Like, dude, that's the last thing from my mind. Of that, I can assure you.
It's just always a beautiful guys being dudes moment though when you guys are just freaking out after a big knockout. I love that.
No, it's a fun job, man. There's no doubt about it. And obviously, the inconvenient truth of my job is that oftentimes we have 14 or 15 fights over 8 hours, and I have to leave room in my register as the fights gets bigger and making sure that I have the energy. But dude, there's nothing like it. Like,
No,
there's
there's
just
nothing like fight
like
night.
this.
Yeah, and so let's talk about the fight on Saturday night, MSG. What are you most excited for outside of Meatball Molly? Because she's gonna, she better get that elbow. That elbow. She throws those elbows in like just talking to her. I don't know if she's done that to you.
Yeah,
but she's
I've
like joked with her, and she'll be like, watch the elbow,
watch
and,
out.
throw it right in my side, and be like, fuck, I'm tapping.
She is just such a sweetheart, as you guys know, and what a great rep for Barstool Sports. And I don't feel like a couple years ago she could have been champion or been like a top 5 contender, and now, without a shadow of a doubt, I do. So I give her more of a chance than the betting odds would suggest. But I get anxious, like, as we start talking about this main event, right? Because I don't know how much your audience knows the backdrop to this fight, but Israel Adesanya is our undisputed middleweight champion, has never lost at 185 pounds, but as a kickboxer, he lost twice to this man and once was knocked out rather violently in Sao Paulo, Brazil. So that has laid a foundation for this fight. And Alex Pereira, despite the fact that he's only 3-0 in the UFC, is getting this opportunity. And there's just so much tension on this main event that I have no choice but to lead there.
Yeah, I love Israel Adesanya. And partially it stems to, I'm a casual. I'm a casual
Right.
UFC guy. I watch some of the larger main events and some of the bigger pay-per-views. But I remember I was high as shit in a hotel room one time, and the Adesanya-Anderson Silva fight came on. And in that fight, in the span of about like 15 minutes, he must have changed his stance and style, I don't know, like 20 times. And I thought I was watching a video game. I was so high that I thought that he was in a video game. At some point, like, does he actually believe that he's a video game character when he's doing these things?
His nickname's the Last Style Bender, and he feels like a lot of his success is predicated upon his ability to shift and make adjustments. I just am dying to see how he approaches this fight, right? Because he could make it a pretty pedestrian, boring fight, I think, if he wants to. Perhaps not, right? But, like, he can leg kick and jab and realize success at distance, right? But his last fight against Jared Cannonier, and you may recall Chris Pratt and some other guys sort of came out publicly and just felt like it was really boring. He was emotionally affected by that. He was disappointed by that reaction. Now, that is not to suggest he's going to go in there balls to the wall and try to put on a show. But if he approaches this with a more aggressive tenor, this could be one of the greatest fights of all time, because the dude he's fighting is a marauding fucking killer.
And I know that it obviously, like, it definitely affects you, right? When the card isn't great. Like, I'm not comparing myself to you, but when we do the rough and rowdy cards, and there's not like knockouts or big fights, it's like, well, that kind of sucked. I feel bad, but that's the fight game. So there are times when you walk away and you're like, shit, like, I really wish that was a better card or more action, because that's what people want to see.
Carla Esparza is our UFC strawweight champion. She's defending the title against Zhang Weili here on Saturday night. She won the belt from Rose Namajunas back in May, I believe it was,
fight,
in one of the worst UFC championship fights in the history of the promotion, right? And I was sort of interested to sit down with Carla this week because, we provide the soundtrack to that. Like, there's plenty of criticism in there. I mean, that fight was absolutely dreadful. And when Carla Esparza took to the stage at the press conference here in New York City on Wednesday, like, I feel like people were still booing, like the boos continued from that fight. So, yeah, we get it. And sometimes the truck will say in our ears, like, Jesus, you guys got to finish out there? Like, what the fuck, So, yeah, we feel that. I think because we have 14 fights over 8 hours and the whole thing is just such a mind warp that you can always extract something positive. But, yeah, we've had some stinkers.
Yeah, yeah. And now, are you the weird thing with UFC, I am like PFT. I buy the big pay-per-views. I love buying the big pay-per-views, so probably like once a month or, whatever. You guys have shows, it feels like, every week.
Yeah.
I've actually started to love the grappling. Is there a style that you like to call more? Because this is going to sound fucked up. People probably clip this, but I just love watching a dude get choked out. Yeah, that even after I said this is going to sound fucked up, it sounded even more fucked up.
Yeah.
But something about the grappling when you're like, oh, shit, does he have his neck? Like, is this going to be it? Is there a style, though, that you prefer? If you had to pick your perfect fight, what would it look like?
No, that's it. And candidly, when there's a lot of those grappling transitions on the ground with these scrambles and everything else, like, I've taken 6 jiu-jitsu classes in my life, fucking hated it, pajamas, dude in my legs, closed guard, not into it, right? But when the fight hits the canvas, like, Dana wants me to shut my mouth essentially and let the analyst shine. So I get to lay back and sort of watch a lot of that play out. But yeah, there's no more exciting way for a fight to end for me than by submission.
It's crazy because you, like, basically are watching a guy and you're like, he's like desperately trying to get out of this because his life is on the line, and it's something about it is so fascinating. Whereas when I first started watching UFC, I hated the wrestling, I hated that. Now I just love it.
Yeah, the offensive submission game is a little bit of a lost start, but yeah, seeing guys gurgling as they're getting choked out, or seeing somebody snap an arm or a leg.
The elbow, when the elbow snaps, that's always the one that I think the elbow snapping backwards is the most universal, like, cringe back up movement that you can make when you're watching it.
And it's the danger of it when you're like, oh no, his chin is like he's got under his chin. This is a problem.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about it.
But there was a time when I was like a boxing journalist, right? And MMA was this avalanche that was coming, and I was defensive of boxing. So there was definitely a time where I was publicly critical of mixed martial arts and the wrestling and found it off-putting, and now I'm absolutely aligned with you, Big Cat. It's all about the grappling for me. I find the transitions, the scrambles to be absolutely fascinating.
I think my favorite knockouts are always the liver shots. Like
Yeah.
a body shot knockout, and you don't expect it coming because the guy absorbs the hit, sometimes takes a half step backwards, then the pain really registers, and it just paralyzes you, and you just collapse to the ground. It's very rare that you get like a solid liver shot knockout, but I think I like the liver. As
Have
my
you
favorite
guys ever
things.
been hit in that area
The
flush?
liver, no,
No, not like with
thank
alcohol.
God.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like I
right,
woke
yeah,
up in
right,
the morning
yeah,
and be like,
right,
oh God, I
right.
feel like I just took a body shot, but no.
So the worst one I ever took, if you can believe it, my daughter Tatum, when she was 5, we were wrestling, and she just pointed her toes right into my fucking liver. And dude, I was down for the count. You know, if they get you in the right spot, I don't care if you're 5 years old or 25, you point the toes in the right way. Dude, I thought it was dying. I thought it was going to be spitting up blood.
It's like
She got me good.
where the nerve endings are, something
Yeah.
about where that connects to your spine or something. I don't know what it just seems like magic to me. It's like in Kill Bill where they poke you in the chest and then you walk away and then you collapse. That's what happens.
Yeah,
when
the
I see a
delayed
liver shot.
reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. Jon Anik is being brought to you by CrossCountry Mortgage. You have to live somewhere, so you might as well own it. Unless you're more interested in paying someone else's mortgage, it's a good time to buy when you are ready to buy. CrossCountry Mortgage listens, understands, and communicates throughout the entire loan process. I'm actually about to buy a house. On the move out to Chicago, going to purchase a home. I hope CrossCountry Mortgage will step up for me. I know that they will. They have innovative technology focusing on what's important to fulfill all your loan needs. They provide more loan options tailored to your financial capabilities. They have stable monthly payments and low to no down payments. They also have faster closing times than the competition. If you've purchased a house before, you know how much that can be a pain in your butt. If a company that you use takes a long time to close, there's a lot of red tape. Not with CrossCountry Mortgage. Plus, they're giving you free swag. Get a free Barstool and CrossCountry Mortgage sweatshirt when you sign up to refi or get pre-approval, while supplies last, of course. See if you qualify today. Visit ccm.com/barstool now. CrossCountry Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029. All loans subject to underwriting approval. www.nmlsconsumeraccess.org. And now here's more Jon Anik.
All right, so Hank's not here right now, but we've been grilling him all year. So I want your take because you obviously do love the NFL. Mac Jones the guy?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, wow.
Does
I wish
Hank
he was
think Mac Jones is the guy?
Hank is struggling right now.
Oh, Hank.
So Hank actually has come to grips with the fact that the Patriots are kind of middle of the road right now, and you can tell that you can see the hurt in his eyes because he's just like when the Patriots beat the Jets, he was like, yeah, okay, like that was cool, but they're not, they've got problems. So you think Mac Jones is definitively not the guy?
Oh, I mean, I would put a tattoo bet on it right now that he's not going to realize anything resembling long-term NFL success. Now, that is not to say that he won't get better, right? But everybody locally in Boston understands that he has a C- arm at best. Like, he's a good leader of men. Like, I like him as a leader. But that only goes so far. I think he is a very limited quarterback. Bailey Zappi's even more limited than Mac Jones.
Okay, so
but, Kenny Pickett passes the fucking eye test. Like, if you
I
watch
like
Mac
that.
Jones every week, 20 NFL starts, fucking no.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I think you're the first person that I've heard say, I can't stand Mac Jones. Well, definitively not the guy, but also Bailey Zappi's worse because a lot of times people are like, I don't like Mac Jones, but Bailey's got, some moxie to him, but you're totally out on them. Out of that whole draft class, let's say the draft class was Zach. Would you rather have Zach Wilson than Mac Jones right now?
That's sort of a week-to-week proposition, right?
Yeah.
If you ask me Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones, depending on the week, that answer could absolutely change. But certainly at the end of last season, right, everybody would have taken Mac Jones over Zach Wilson, and that is absolutely not the case right now.
What about other guys in that class? I don't know.
Oh, Trey Lance.
Yeah, Trey Lance, Sam Ellinger, Justin Fields.
Well, Sam Ellinger's an interesting cat, right? So Sam Ellinger and Mac Jones went to the same quarterback coach this past offseason. And, he made some changes with Mac Jones's delivery and everything else. But it's some of these guys,
Who's that
man.
guy? Because I want to
Tom
make sure
House.
my quarterback's
Yeah.
never.
The
okay.
famous Tom House.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, he was
Whisperer.
Peyton's guy. No, was he Brady's guy?
Yeah, Brady went
yeah.
to see him. A lot of people have been to Tom, but, Mac seemed very encouraged that, his release point was essentially changed from 2 p.m. Eastern to noon. Well, Where are the results? I might actually be taking myself out of the NFL mix if I continue to chastise
Wait, so
Mac Jones.
who would you pick out of those guys? Like I just listed. Sam
I would take
Ellinger,
Trey Lance,
Davis Mills, Justin Fields.
I like Fields a little bit,
Nice,
but obviously
okay,
there's a little bit of a
nice,
recency
yeah.
bias there. But I just don't understand for the life of me, if you go back and look at the Lamar Jackson draft, why Bill Belichick and all these guys passed on him, right? Like, I don't profess to be some sort of expert, but like, I don't need Michael Vick to tell me that this dude is going to be better than Michael Vick. And was there no room for improvement for Lamar once he got to the league? Like, how did so many teams fucking miss on that?
Well, now you're seeing the aftermath of it, which is teams going back, rewriting history, and Sean Payton being like, I was going to take him next. When Sean Payton had the opportunity to take him.
He traded up like 18 picks to take Marcus Davenport.
Yeah, exactly.
Who sucks.
So now what Sean Payton's doing is actually very smart right now. He's positioning himself as being a free agent NFL head coach at the same time that Lamar Jackson would be a free agent quarterback. He's like, get us together, package deal.
Yeah.
Let me have another crack at him. Yeah, it's mind-blowing to me that so many people whiffed on that.
But I think Belichick found, and again, this is pure speculation, but I do think it's daunting to think about bringing in a guy like Lamar Jackson and effectively changing your entire offense to sort of fit his skill set and his needs. I think for Bill and certain staffs and offenses, perhaps a little bit long in the tooth, like that is such a daunting proposition. But dude, like Lamar Jackson, like did he not pass the eye test for you guys at Louisville? Like,
So I'll say this:
he was one of the best college quarterbacks I've ever seen.
The only thing I thought about Lamar Jackson, I think he still every now and then struggles with it, is like his short passes sometimes just aren't that accurate. But everything else has been phenomenal.
And he has gotten better as a passer.
Yeah, he has. But I do remember at Louisville, like there, a guy would be out in the flat and he'd miss and be like, "What's going on here?" He's gotten way better. I mean, he's a superstar. If he actually hits free agency, I would love to see, like, every team should be knocking down the door outside of, like, the Bills and the Chiefs to try to get Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Because he's that good.
Yeah.
So who do you have winning the Super Bowl this year?
So my big future tickets, are on Buffalo at plus 650 and plus 675.
That's
but
not
that's,
bad.
that's I always bet against, the Boston teams. I lost $6,000 when the Yankees got eliminated. I would pay that every day of the week. My twin brother and I have probably bet over $300,000 lifetime against the Boston teams. We pay for championships.
That's funny.
And it fucking works.
Yeah. That does work.
That's actually brilliant.
So you have the Bills 675. Anything else?
I did have the Raiders to win the AFC at 23 to 1.
Nice.
So we could probably rip up that ticket
maybe
right
hedge
now.
Can you hedge opportunity for that one right now?
Yeah.
What is the payout on that? Probably like $2.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
They've
They've
been the most frustrating team to watch.
But every year I place a big future on the NFL, and all I try to determine is which team is most likely to end up in the Final Four. And the only one of these I've ever hit actually was the Chiefs like 3 years ago. But which team? I don't care about the price necessarily.
Yeah.
Which team is most likely to be in the Final Four
For the ride.
And so this year, it was the Buffalo Bills. Last year was the Buffalo Bills too.
You didn't get to the Final Four. I don't want to big dick you, but I have the Eagles 22 to 1.
Do you really?
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
Good
and
for
I just
you.
added the Ravens 13 to 1 to my portfolio.
That's a great price
My trading
still on them.
portfolio. Yeah, I unfortunately at this point of the NFL and college football season, if the Eagles win the Super Bowl, I think I would still be negative on the year, but that's fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's for the ride.
Hey, if Molly McCann wins this weekend, and
I think I have to bet against her though, so she can win.
Yes, you should
I
be
think I
paying
should put
for
her
a Molly
in a
McCann.
can't lose parlay. Yeah.
And when Patty Pimblett fights Jared Gordon, you absolutely need to bet on Jared to pay for a Patty Pimblett win.
Patty's the best. He is a real, he's going to be a superstar, right? Like, if he keeps winning.
I think you can argue he already is a superstar in a lot of respects. I think the question for me is he going to adopt the championship lifestyle 24/7, 365 that will allow him.
Oh, no.
No, just hear me out. No.
You can't eat
I
after?
love the fact that he owns that food is his favorite thing.
Yeah. He
Because
gets
other
so
than
fat.
cannabis and gambling, for me, it's probably food.
Yeah.
But it's not sustainable, and a lot of people look at him as maybe a future featherweight champion, but at lightweight. I mean, have you guys seen Islam Makhachev, right?
Yeah.
Our current lightweight champion. So I do believe for Patty, as much as I love that he loves food and being himself, that eventually to realize top 10 type success in what is our toughest, deepest division, he's going to have to make some lifestyle changes.
It's the old Ricky Hatton. Remember when they tried to bill Ricky Hatton is going to beat some Mayweather, and then you'd see him in the off months, and he would just be so fat playing darts at a pub in England. It's like, I don't think this guy's going to beat Mayweather. So okay, then all right. So no feasting after the wins.
But he's a prize fighter, and obviously he's going to make a lot of money, and there are varying degrees of like championship aspiration with these athletes. Now, Patty obviously won a couple regional titles, and there's no doubt he has UFC championship aspirations, but eventually you do have to go all in on yourself and live that lifestyle to see just how good you can be.
Maybe I'll just take one for the team and just be like, Patty, whatever you want to eat, I'll eat for you.
Just sit next to him.
I'll
just
get to
intercept
300
all his
pounds
food.
so you can stay at 150.
But think how good he is right now. Like, just imagine for a second if you were to take 2023 and just live that lifestyle. And when I say live that lifestyle, I mean like potentially be ready to take a short notice fight that could be a hugely high-profile fight. He can't do that right now.
That would be funny if he took one when he was fat, though. If he was like, yeah, I'm in. If the
welterweight
paycheck's
or
ready, like
middleweight?
he just shows up and he's just fat.
In a way, doesn't that add like a different component to your cardio if you get super fat and then having to work that off?
Yep.
It's almost like you get into desperation mode where you're like, okay, I really got to go balls to the wall, get all this fat off my body.
Yeah, you can't be like diet starts Monday. Like it actually has to start
Yeah,
Monday.
it has to. Like I feel like that gives you a weird, I don't know if it's mental edge, but your body is experiencing adversity. Where if you're in good shape all the time, your body never experiences that.
No, I think you're onto something.
Yeah.
I really do.
I like that.
Quick question for you. When are we going to get to see MMA in the Olympics?
Ooh.
You know, it's a really complicated thing, right? Because obviously cuts are a big part of our sport, so you have to think about different rule sets, right? And allowing guys to compete several times in a short amount of time, right?
Yeah.
So if there's an elbow cut, maybe a guy wins the fight, but then you're looking at replacements. So there are a lot of different variables. You know, would the UFC be willing, as a company that does 42 or 44 events a year, would they be willing to take like a 6 or 8 week hiatus once every 4 years to allow for that to happen?
I'm going to say no.
And also you have to think
I'm going
about...
to speak for Dana right now, no.
But obviously, like, could you imagine what it would be like for, I mean, you see, for Henry Cejudo, what his Olympic gold medal means to him relative to his UFC championship belts, like what it would be like for these men and women to be able to fight for Olympic gold.
It would be, imagine the fans in the stands for like a championship fight. It's like you got a Brazilian guy, you got a guy from the United States fighting. Like that would be an incredible atmosphere.
I think it's more likely that Dana's just going to start giving out Olympic gold medals for any champion. And just be like, here you go. No Olympics. Yeah, here's your Olympic gold medal.
All I can tell you about this company is that they are very forward-thinking, and I was privy to some things today that I saw as we look ahead to 2023 and 2024 that are going to effectively blow people's minds.
We'll cut this part, so go ahead, tell us.
There's something really cool that's going to happen, potentially as early as 2023, that's just going to add a whole different component to...
Machetes?
I don't know if it's machetes.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one machete.
Oh, you're getting the Detroit Urban Survival guy. That dude. Do you think how good do you think he would be at MMA?
Dude, can you imagine what it was like for me calling a fight and all of a sudden I get word that he's going to be in the corner of Joaquin Buckley and I get my corner audio sheet and Dale's on it.
Dale's the man. He's a very strange guy. Had the opportunity to interview him. But it'd be very funny to send somebody into the ring. Maybe like it's just one of the undercards. One guy gets a knife, but they're going up against Dale.
Yeah.
And Dale has, or like 5 guys trying to attack him at once. He just has to like skirt around the outside of the ring. And
or maybe
avoid
it's
getting hit for
like
while.
a break glass in case of emergency. Like if the card really sucks, let's just have a knife fight.
Yeah, why not?
Let's just throw one in there.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, you're getting Hasbulla to finally fight.
Well, so that's what I was going to say. You took the words out of my mouth. So Dana White obviously has resisted like freak show type things. Like we don't have a super heavyweight division. If we
miss
did,
it too.
Well,
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal probably would have fought in the UFC at this point in time if we had athletes who competed north of 266 pounds. But Dana wants a meritocracy. Like he is a sports fan. Like he doesn't want like freak show fights if he can help it. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to call a Hasbulla
You should have.
fight.
You should just have like a throwback night to like UFC 1 when it's just 300-pound dudes fighting Ken Shamrock.
That's actually a great idea that I haven't heard, like a throwback type night.
Yeah, no rules, and it's just we actually do it because it used to be tournament style.
Yeah,
and just have everyone just duke it out.
A couple of the guys in the gis.
I think we just created Rough and Rowdy though.
Yeah, kind of. In a way,
I didn't want to cut Rough and Rowdy down. I was gonna say
it's
that's
like,
a lot.
Man, we should do that, and maybe West Virginia. Yeah, that sounds cool.
Well, is there one rule change that you'd like to see happen in the UFC?
Well, I don't like soccer kicks, which essentially means I can be laying on the ground and you can kick me in the head.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not for that.
I'm also not for that.
But I am for knees to the head of a grounded opponent.
Ooh,
okay. Now, what's the difference?
Well,
Bloodlust.
So obviously, like if you're on the ground and I'm standing up, I can't really knee you in the head and get my knee going like 25 miles per hour the way I could get my leg going. But if I'm on the ground as well, right, or you're on a knee or you're posting with a hand, right now you're a downed opponent, right? They can't knee them in the head. So you might not even be on the ground.
Greg Hardy did that, scumbag.
And I would also like to, if an opponent's on the ground, you could just shove a knee into his, So I would like to see knees to the head of a grounded opponent. I would like to see them get rid of the 12-6 elbow rule. Like, I don't think that that's open to interpretation. John Jones, his lone loss is because of a 12-6 elbow. So I'd like to see elbows and knees be a little bit more liberal.
Yeah, I like what Big Cat's getting at here with the Greg Hardy stuff, because we talk about Greg Hardy when he fights, because nothing brings America together like watching Greg Hardy get his ass kicked.
It's the best.
Like really violently. Everybody hates that guy. You should just have him fight someone much bigger than him with weapons.
Yeah.
And just have Greg Hardy, like 1 weekend a year, Greg Hardy, you can set your clocks, America.
Yeah.
Sit down, gather around, and watch this guy like almost die.
Fight a lion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, we would get killed for like saying positive things on the air about Greg Hardy, because ultimately I'm trying to promote these athletes, right? I'm a promoter as much as I'm a journalist, and you can really only judge people upon what they give you. Like Floyd Mayweather treated me like gold. It's not my problem that everybody else can't stand him, right? So Greg Hardy really did like treat our staff well. And yet even people that he treated well couldn't necessarily find it within themselves to root for him, And then the whole inhaler thing happened, We still don't have clarity, by the way, on the whole inhaler thing, but this dude puffed an inhaler mid-round, Of course he did.
Of course he did. Wow. The one rule that I love when you guys have to like decipher is just anyone who grabs the cage. Does that annoy you? Because it does feel like it's actually nice, because I'm a big believer, like when everyone's like robot umps or, there should be a sky judge. Like, no. Let's let refs figure it out, because what else would we complain about? Like, we need something as sports fans after a fight to be like, that was fucked up. Yeah. Does that bother you, though, when it's like the ref is maybe not calling it one fight, then calling it the next?
That's actually a good point. In terms of controversy maybe being good for sport in terms of some of the refereeing and judging. I hadn't necessarily thought about it like that. But no, I feel like one blatant fence grab can essentially be the difference in a fighter winning and losing. Which
is crazy.
So, we had a situation recently, Randy Brown fighting Francisco Trinaldo, and I got particularly animated. I wish I hadn't used the word testicles on the air, but essentially it was such a blatant fence grab, and I felt like it changed the round. And
I remember that fight.
I said, maybe as a referee, you pull out your testicles and take a point, right? And really try to affect change and level the playing field, right? Because Trinaldo did not get a takedown in that round. And then he got one in the third round, So it is what it is. But yeah, I get very upset with that foul in particular.
Yeah, so. I have always just been of the mindset that if you like made computer umps and everything for all sports, it would like eliminate 50% of the conversations I have.
Yeah. I mean,
I
like
wouldn't
to see
have anything to talk about with other people.
No, I think there's a lot to that, when I think about like, I mean, we
need to be like, oh no, that was PI for the rest of the week,
and then you get
screwed.
You disagree with the person too. It's like, no, I don't think it was PI.
Yeah, you can do the screenshots on Twitter where everyone's psychoanalyzing every moment. That's pretty much what our human interaction has been boiled down to.
Speaking of testicles, my favorite thing that you guys do sometimes is when you try to analyze whether or not it was a nut shot.
Yeah.
When the guy's like taking his time, and how much time do you get if you actually get hit in the nuts to recover?
5 minutes.
That seems
is that
like
I too as well?
So look at these fucking guys. What a great question. So actually within the last 6 weeks that was changed.
Oh.
Normally for an eye, referee's discretion, now you get a full 5.
Okay.
Look at you just
we knew that.
fucking over
Yeah,
it.
What hurts more, getting hit in the nuts or the eye?
I would say eye, bro.
You think so?
Dude, the eye is...
You got two of them.
Well, you can't
I guess
see
two
for the
nuts
rest of the time, yeah.
No, I mean, one of my broadcast partners, Michael Bisping, as you guys probably know, I mean, he can take his left eyeball out.
Yes.
It's fake.
How often does he do that?
He did it on camera several times. And,
has he ever done it at dinner? Like someone gets a martini and he drops it into there?
He has not dropped it in the drink. But yeah, we were at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse, wherever we were, and he took his eye out for the waiter. Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's kind of badass, though.
But yeah, I mean, obviously you guys you've been on the wrong end of a groin strike before, but probably not like a really bad, like cornea scratching eye poke.
Yeah.
But when you're watching the replay of the groin shots and it's like super slow mo, do you guys get in disagreements? Like, no, I think that hit the testicle. You can see like,
right?
Yeah.
I can envision a testicle being there.
This guy doesn't have a big dick, so it probably didn't hurt him,
dude. What's amazing to me is the fellow fighters that sit to my right to be like,
Yeah.
look clean to me. The guy's like writhing in pain, his dick's going to be purple in the morning, but he didn't get clipped,
I love it. All right, so John, I have one last question. Roback question. RHOBACK.com. Use code TAKE for 20% off your first purchase. Q-Zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, everything at Roback.com. 20% off your first purchase. Okay, can you give us one pick for – I know you can't really give us picks. Give us a fight that we have to really be like, not the main event,
or how about
not Molly.
How about an underdog that he thinks should not be that much of an underdog?
Yeah.
And you can't say Molly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will, though, just say that the Molly McCann price, to me, seems out of whack. Aaron Blanchfield's a great grappler, but minus 400, given what Molly has done of late, that surprises me. Dominic Reyes, who fought John Jones very closely for the UFC light heavyweight title, is minus 215. Ryan Spann is a monster, and he's plus 180. So I felt like that fight was maybe a little bit tighter. And then Michael Chandler and Dustin Poirier, arguably the people's main event, the fight that most people are looking forward to the most. I left South Florida where I live. Michael Chandler was plus 145. He's now plus 180. I see that fight as being much closer than that betting line indicates. So I do see value on Michael Chandler, certainly north of plus 180. Not necessarily saying he's going to win because I got to call the fight, but I try to write down what I think the lines are going to be beforehand, and I was way off on that one.
We do that too. Whose line is it anyway? It's a little game to play on the podcast. All right, so UFC 281.
PFT's not coming, huh?
Madison Square Garden. He's playing
I'm playing a rugby game this weekend. Right. So if I get through Saturday night with my Achilles tendons intact, I'm counting that as
a
win.
Yeah. Jake, did you have any questions for John? Is Big J to Big J?
Hey, John, Jake Marsh, part of my Take podcast. So UFC 281, obviously there's a lot of buzz around it. How do you not let the emotions get to you knowing that this might be bigger than some of the other UFC pay-per-views you call? Or do you treat it all the same way?
This feels fucking enormous, Jake, if I'm being honest.
Good question,
I
Jake.
was getting anxious filling out my fighter cards, which never happened. Certainly when I'm packing for a Conor McGregor pay-per-view, it feels bigger. New York is just bigger. There's a New York effect. I said in my media scrum earlier today, there's a Ronda Rousey effect when she fought, a Conor McGregor effect. There's definitely a New York effect. It just feels bigger, and I think you can argue, I know we've had some championship triple headers here, but in terms of fan interest and fan appeal, this is probably our most anticipated New York City pay-per-view since Conor fought here in 2016. So I'm excited. I mean, for me, a lot of the anxiety is in the preparation, right? I remember a time where I had 10 fights, 20 fighters. Think about 20 fighters versus 28, right?
Yeah.
And just prepping 8 other fighters. So it's the devil I know, but the next 2 days are going to be a lot.
Who would you say is your favorite fighter's favorite fighter?
So I always used to give that distinction to Justin Gaethje because his style is just bulletproof.
I've always said that.
You have always said that.
And I sort of said that about him on the air, and so it kind of was a calling card, I think, for him a little bit, But Michael Chandler has... so he's an acquired taste for some people. He's a really, really good dude, but I just think he's kind of taken the sport by storm. His war with Gaethje, of course, in New York City. So Chandler's a guy on that list as well. We got a lot of guys. I mean, Nico Price,
I'm a big fan of Nico
definitely
Price.
Nico Price, yeah.
Love him.
Fucking wild, man. 5 kids, though. Too many children.
Yeah.
That's
a lot of kids.
What's the right amount of kids?
Well, Forrest Griffin, former UFC light heavyweight champion, told me that I was overpopulating the planet when we ran it back for a third kid. And the only reason we had a third kid was because the dog fucking attacked all the children. And if the dog had worked out, I wouldn't have a son. I think 2 or 3 is good. I think 4 or 5 sounds pretty obnoxious.
Yeah.
4 or 5, you become a kid guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I could get behind 0 kids too, but that's a different conversation.
No kids lifestyle's not bad.
I
can do anything.
You don't mean that. You don't mean that.
Well, I just think that generally speaking, a lot of people don't understand the life that they give up when they enter that life. People get offended when I talk about taking care of my kids as babysitting or childcare. They're like, it's not babysitting.
Yeah, no, it's
They're
parenting.
your kids. It's no, it's baby.
Yeah.
It's fucking babysitting. I'm on the clock.
I can go out on a school night like that.
Right.
And I don't care.
Well, you can come home from work, sit on your couch, pull out your cell phone.
Put on an R-rated movie.
Oh, I can do
whatever.
that too, but my kids are sitting there watching me,
All right.
so yeah.
I get a good night's sleep every night.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't sleep. Yeah. That's fine. Sleep is overrated. Yeah. Okay, well, John, thank you. We appreciate it. We're very, very excited for UFC 281. Thanks for coming in
Thank
studio.
you, guys. I'm excited you're going to be at Madison
Yes.
Square Garden, and don't be strangers. I'll wear my recurring guest T-shirt on Zoom next time.
Love it. Okay, let's wrap up Fyre Fest of the week. Send everyone on their way. Again, tune in for the Barstool Sports Invitational, barstool.tv. You can watch it there or buy a ticket. Now
the
PFT's Hank isn't. Or PFT's,
My Hank's not working
Hank's
right
not
now.
on.
All
His
of our
mic
Hanks
isn't
aren't
on.
working.
Well, yeah, we haven't gotten to the balls yet.
Hank, is your Hank working?
Hank, Firefest of the week.
My Firefest, Tuesday.
Tuesday. That's the day of the week.
Busy day, corporate retreat,
Corporate
corporate
hang.
dinner,
The
corporate
offsite.
hang,
A dinner?
Yeah, offsite.
What'd you
and
wear to
dinner.
the dinner?
Same thing I wore on the show on Tuesday.
A
Just
three-piece suit.
collared shirt.
What'd you
hat.
eat?
Bolognese with ricotta.
What
Did
was
anyone
on the,
else-
What was on the wine list?
I don't know.
Did
Red.
anyone else eat bolognese?
Yeah, it was like
A pasta place?
no, it was courses.
Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice.
Stock prices down. Went to
Did
Olive
you
Garden.
keep all the food down?
Yeah, I did per
Okay,
usual.
nice.
Um,
Well, not always per usual.
and then
At
there
the
was
table, you
there
kept
was
it down.
Yeah.
dozen event afterwards. You guys were playing trivia. I went to go show support for you guys. Saw you play. Saw the great walkouts.
I didn't even see you there.
I didn't see Hank either.
I was there.
He did make sure to post a video on Instagram though.
Huh.
So he sounds like he might have just swung by. Video
You'd think if
and
you
he's
were
out.
supporting us, you'd come and say like, "Hey, I'm here to support you."
Well, I didn't want to. You guys were nervous. I know. You know,
I was
I didn't want.
not
I didn't want to
nervous.
get in your guys' head before the game.
Well,
The
why
reason I
didn't you
left
identify
early-
yourself in the crowd when I called on you for my audience phone a friend?
I don't know. All right. So I left.
Wasn't there?
Everybody
PFT,
thought that
this
you just
also-
left me
this
high and dry.
This also has to do with you. I wasn't leaving you high and dry. I was literally going to assist you. Planet Football, your new show with KB and Nick, it's out now. We shot that same day, and I wanted to go back and work with Max and Shane, our new editor, because he's new, and work on the show with him. So I left early to go work on that. I leave Terminal 5, put in my Uber.
You just
Oh,
doxed us.
doxed us.
Wow.
Damn it.
All right. I leave Terminal 5.
Bleep that.
I will say I left Terminal 5.
Wait, what's the phone number of the phone that you used to put that address in?
All right, start over.
I leave Terminal 5 and I put the address in for the office, get in the Uber, and then I'm looking down at my phone. I'm not gonna lie, I was looking down at my phone, checking everything, checking my emails, checking my tweets,
Yeah.
TikToks,
Hell yeah.
Instagrams, Snapchats, the whole works. And I knew it was like a 20-25 minute drive, and I kind of caught myself. I was like, wow, we've been driving for a while. We got to be close. I look up, and we're going over the Brooklyn Bridge. And I then realized that the address I put in for the office has the same address.
Oh, yeah.
all the way deep in like
Brooklyn, yep.
Park Slope, Brooklyn,
yep,
which
yep.
is deep in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So, and I'd already been in the car for 30 minutes, and we were over the bridge, and there was like traffic. So by the time I was like, fuck this. I called Max. I was like, I'm just gonna, email me the thing. I'll give you notes virtually because I'm not gonna be at the office for another hour at this point. And so I just got there's like a path station at the World Trade Center, which was near the Brooklyn Bridge. So we turn around, and I have to pee so fucking bad at this point. I was like, Jake, I was gonna piss my pants, and it's one of those things where it was all I could think about.
This is the guy who's in charge of the entire company.
Get out at the World Trade Center. Get out the World Trade Center, and I know there's a big shopping center there. It's open during the day. I know there's public bathrooms in there. I'm sprinting. I'm like sprinting inside. I had to pee so bad. All the stores are closed. The bathroom was closed, and there was like a little sign in front of it where it's like, it's closed for the night. I like jumped over the sign. The door was locked. A worker comes over. And I was like, please, can you open it? I got to pee. He's like, I would help you. It's like automatically locked. He's like, run upstairs. There's a bathroom up there. Like, they'll let you go up there. Like, he was helping me out. Like, he saw my eyes. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, please. Like, I just have to fucking, like, it's an emergency. I'm going to piss my pants.
Why did you piss outside?
Run upstairs. Well, I was trying, wasn't trying to be like a normal person. Like, it's kind of a busy area, whatever. So I run
love
upstairs.
pissing outside. I pissed outside today.
I
when
run
was
upstairs
a block away from my house.
and one woman like stopped me. Was like, we're closed. I was like, can I please use the bathroom? I'm like pleading with her. She's like, no, we're closed. I was like, I was so frustrated. I was like, why? Like,
do you know who I am?
not even that. I was just like, please, like, be a nice person. Like, I'm dying here. She's like, nope.
I like that. Be a nice. We should put that on shirts.
Yeah.
Then I had to run outside and I was pissed, basically like in the street because at that point I had no choice.
Wow, I'm so sorry that happened to you
So
at
you
the
had to
World
piss
Trade
in the
Center.
street?
That was my Firefest. Well,
Wait,
just
so
the
you
Uber,
committed a crime?
Yeah, the Uber situation, taking like a $60 Uber.
That's a
for no
historical
reason.
landmark.
And then
You pissed on the World Trade Center?
Yeah,
not on the World Trade
no,
Center.
that's what it
people
sounds
are
like.
saying.
Financial district, Wall Street. I pissed on Wall Street.
Basically, Hank and MLB
Oh,
on Fox
wow.
are
Rip
doing the
Hank.
same amount of respecting.
Hank pissed on Wall Street. never forgive him for 2008.
No, but a very small mistake had very large consequential actions.
Okay, Billy.
Putting
There were no
address.
large consequential
There's
actions.
no large.
It's
no,
actually
wasn't
it
even
was
a-
But putting in-
extremely inconsequential.
Putting in the
Yeah.
wrong
All right.
address
I just-
end up
okay.
in the wrong place.
All right.
Hank hit the wrong button.
But I made it home.
All right. PFT, your
Shows out now.
Good job. Good job.
So my Firefest is kind of a continuation from last week's Firefest. I have to go play in a rugby game this weekend, which I'm not prepared, body nor mind, to do. But I'm just going to do it, and hopefully everything's going to be fine. I haven't been working out as much as I would like to, and I'm not prepared for this, but I've kind of decided to flip the switch, and instead of being the old guy that gets back into shape, is the old guy that embraces being out of shape and, like, smokes a cigarette, like, right before the game, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That guy. Like, I might just get real fat over the next 3 days and be like, fuck it, my body's fucked up anyways, might as well just embrace it and get into it. That's part of my Firefest. My other Firefest is I got into a lift over the weekend, and I was driving around Chicago, checking out different neighborhoods, had a fantastic time, and then I've got a perfect lift rating, by the way, not to brag, just a fact, 5.0, 5 stars.
Nice.
And I get driven around for about like 30 minutes going towards what I thought was a destination. And the person stops, so he turns around, and he looks at me, and goes, "Are you Richard?" And I was like,
Oh no!
"I was like, no, I'm not Richard." And he said,
no.
"I asked you if you were Richard when you got in the car." I didn't. I thought that
You
said,
thought he was asking if you were rich.
Yeah, yeah. And
You're
I
like,
was
"Yeah,
like,
I'm really rich."
I was like, yeah, that's why I use Lyft, because I got the priority pickup time.
No.
And he just looks at me and goes, "Get out." Get out now. And this poor guy has been driving me like a long distance in the car.
Jesus.
And I'm like, "I'm sorry." What do you say at that point? It's just like, "I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't have any money to give him for it, but I don't know what happened to the other person that had been requesting this lift." But then I just got out and felt just like an idiot.
That's
just like a
brutal.
bad person.
That's
and then I
brutal.
checked my star rating, still 5 stars, because I'd accumulated so many 5-star ratings that 1 star, it's just a blip on the map,
Yeah,
whatever.
nice.
But to that Lyft driver, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
He's not Richard.
I'm sorry. I'm probably going to be blackballed in Chicago.
Yeah, on the Lyft drivers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's actually what happened to me too.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I didn't put the wrong address in.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The wrong,
you didn't-
the
yeah.
guy picked up the wrong human.
Yeah, yeah.
Gotcha.
By
That
the
guy
way,
was going to the same address.
we got breaking news. Breaking news. The Brooklyn Nets have released Kyrie Irving. Sources tell ESPN. This is from Adrian Wojnarowski, blue check mark
Actual?
at JT23556.
Okay.
So breaking news.
Yeah, the blue check, sir.
What happened
Yeah,
to eBay? by the
everyone's
way?
just got to be on their toes now. Like, you got to just be on your toes, because I saw this when I just my computer in front of me, and I was like, "Whoa!" And then I look closer. Let's see how many followers JT. He's got 221 followers.
My strategy is I just turn on notifications from Schefter.
Yep.
And from Woj.
And LeBron.
Actually, no, it's funny. I've kind of back-channeled my way into following Woj because I just follow Schefter's retweets of Woj.
Yeah.
So the real important stuff that gets filtered through the NFL news, that's how I get. Also, LeBron had a great quote earlier today. I don't know if you saw his tweet that he put out. It really made you think. Our good friend LeBron James, he is the chief LeBron James correspondent on Pardon My Take. He tweeted out a couple hours ago, thought bubble emoji. I told you guys that I don't believe in sharing hurtful information, and I'll continue to be that way, but Kyrie apologized, and he should be able to play. I just like how he led that off.
Yeah.
I told you guys already I don't believe in sharing hurtful information.
He let you guys know.
I also don't believe in sharing hurtful information.
Yeah. Thank you, LeBron. Appreciate that. Hank, you just said what happened to Udoka? I don't know. That was weird.
They announced a new head coach,
And then
I thought
just-
I thought I was dreaming for a
Jock
second.
Vaughn is now the head coach of the Nets, and Udoka is not with the Celtics anymore, but also not with the Nets. What did he do?
I think I missed something.
What did he do?
But-
because everything I read from the Nets thing was the Nets wanted to hire him, and they were like,
They did. I thought.
no, I know. And then
They just acquired him?
They looked into it more, and they're like, no. Like, did he fuck a cat? Did he fuck a cat?
I don't know.
I think he has to tweet that he didn't fuck a cat.
I don't know what he fucked or what he came on or near, but I'm pretty sure that it was somebody.
A subordinate.
It was either a subordinate or it was a very close individual to somebody that was very, very high up in the Boston Celtics.
It's crazy.
And
The whole story makes
you know how
no
these
sense.
owners go. Like if you meet another guy from the front office and you're like, hey, I hear you're thinking about hiring Ime. Yeah, he fucked my wife.
Just put it in his contract.
It's bro code. You can't hire that
But
guy.
no, Joe Tsai
Jackson did it.
Joe Tsai needs to put in the contract. Hey, Ime, you're hired, but like very specific language. You cannot fuck my wife.
Just go. Ime will hire you, but you have to commit. You're not coming this entire year.
Yeah.
No coming.
No coming.
And then you put like a tracking bracelet on his dick.
Yeah.
And you make sure you know where that dick is at all times.
It's crazy. The whole story makes no sense. All right, my Fyre Fest affects all of us. I hate that I have to say this. We're deep in the football season, and it's not going to last forever.
No, it is.
And college football, when I looked, I had a moment on Saturday night when I was like, oh, I wonder who, like, you know, what the big games are next week. And I scrolled, and I was like, wait, it says there's only three more weeks of the regular season?
No, that's not
And then
true.
I was like, wait, that can't be right. And unfortunately, I double-checked my sources. There are 3 more regular season Saturdays left this fall, and that's like the first leaf turning. When college football, when you get down to the last couple of weeks, you get to rivalry Saturday, and you're like, wait, okay, but at least we still have a ton of NFL left. And then you look up and you're like, wait, it's week 15? What the fuck? I have held off on saying it, but I just want to say it now because it's the first time it has affected me and hit me, and I'm sad. And that is my Fyre Fest.
It is not true.
But we need to
it's a lie.
This is also the time where I try to take a good approach to it, where it's like, capture these moments. Do this for me this Saturday. When you're sitting on your couch watching a million games, take a snapshot. Take a snapshot in your memory and just remember that moment. Because once Saturdays go, it sucks. Only 3 more weeks.
It's not true. You got 3 more months.
You got 3 more weeks, then you got championship Saturday. I love bowl season, but there's something about regular season college football. I don't want it to go away.
It is too short.
It's way too short.
It is too short. Like, it's always weird to me that college football doesn't go through December. You always think it goes, and that's how they get you because bowl season starts, around the 20th or something like that. There should be college football that's played throughout the month of December.
And it always happens the exact same way. We get to early November, and if you ask me right now, I don't even know what the date is. Oh, it's the 11th. Yes, thank you, Billy, for your service. If you ask me when Thanksgiving was, I'd be like a month away. And it's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks from
It's
now.
2 weeks.
But
It's 2 weeks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, we're in the age of name, image, and likeness right now.
Let's get them paid more.
Let's get them paid more and have them play games all throughout December.
I agree. I mean, bowl season is great, but it hit me for the first time. I'm being honest about my emotions because I wasn't going to jump the gun, but it finally did hit me when I looked. It was after the LSU-Bama game, and I was like, damn, that was an unbelievable game. Who does LSU have next week? I'm like, wait, what? They only have 3 more games? Fuck. Okay, that's my Fyre Fest. Billy.
Did you hear anything bad this week, Billy?
Yeah, a little bit of mishap.
Yeah.
A mishap.
Right. You guys lean a little bit farther back in your seats.
Don't tell me how to sit.
You guys are getting on edge. Just relax.
This is how I sit when we're
relax.
podcasting.
I was
Billy's on edge
Yeah,
right
see,
now.
no, you
Billy,
guys,
why don't you explain what happened
I'm about
for the
to
people who
explain,
don't know?
but you guys are about to like jump on.
I know,
me.
no,
You
no.
tell.
Okay. All right.
wait.
I'm the neutral arbiter because I
Wait,
wasn't in the
can
room.
I say my Fyre
Yes.
Fest? Can I say my
Yeah.
Fyre Fest?
I
This is
wasn't
my
in the
Fyre
room.
Fest.
I wasn't in the room,
Okay.
so I will judge it.
I
this is
also
my Fyre
wasn't in
Fest.
the office, I've been purposely not asking
just-
questions.
Correct.
because-
Same with me.
All right.
So PFT will stay out of this for a second. Hank and I will listen to it. This is the first time we're getting the full account from you.
But what if Billy lies
I'm-
during this recap, which
I'm
is
not
certainly
going
going
to-
to.
I will note when
No
I
chance.
think he's lying.
No chance. No
I
chance.
will note.
No
I'm a
chance.
good middleman
No
here.
one was
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
it to you.
Max
All
was
right.
around.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was
The
here.
floor is
Are we
yours.
ready?
Yeah,
Are
we're
we
ready. I will note
Okay.
when I think he's lying.
Okay. PFT and I were finishing best of 3 breath holding contest.
Okay. Who won?
PFT won 2-1.
So he can hold his breath longer than you.
2 out of the 3 of the last times.
He can hold. So you
Good
won.
question,
You
big
won
guy.
he won a contest.
This is how it all started.
He can hold his breath.
Wait, can you guys let me?
No, I'm
speak?
just asking a question.
Fact
He
or
can
fiction?
No,
hold
that's-
fact or fiction.
So
Fact or fiction. PFT can hold his breath longer
out
than
of
you.
the water in those.
No, that's
seats,
not what I asked.
Can we
Fact or
just
fiction?
can we just get to the point?
Fact
Can
or
we-
fiction?
That has nothing to do with the Fyre
This is
Fest or
exactly
the-
how the fucking thing started yesterday.
Okay. Can we-
Like word for word.
Can you relax?
You
Everyone's calm
shut
here.
the fuck up
Everyone's
and start
calm.
telling the
I'm
truth.
telling the truth. What have I lied about?
I'm asking you a question. Billy.
Okay,
I know nothing about this. Fact or fiction? PFT can hold his breath longer than you.
At that moment, yes.
So fact.
At that moment, yes.
Strong. He has stronger lungs, like a stronger mental state than you.
Sure. At that time, above water, not in Stu Finer's pool. So moving on, we were finishing up the podcast. I had gotten up, and PFT was just like, admit I'm better than you. And I was like, no.
Yeah, because
it was literally that conversation that you just had.
Yeah.
That's
Billy can't.
Okay.
precisely
Billy,
the conversation.
Billy
So
is
I'm walking.
fragile masculinity personified.
I'm walking out the door, and I was going to admit he was better at me at that breath holding contest.
you were going
he beat
to.
me. I was. That was what I was doing.
Yeah.
I go over to turn on Hank's mic to say that. Our producer, Avery, shout out Avery. He is a big player in the story later. Thank Avery so much. He's a hero. Go to turn on Hank's mic. Hank's mic is turned on by a switch. There's a switch on Hank's control board, which at that moment is separate from his main frame. I hit a switch, and
hit the wrong
that
switch.
switch had a catastrophic impact
You turned
on
off the whole thing.
on how the video cameras record the podcast.
Billy
we're
is a
recording.
gold medalist in terms of
I'm
using the
just
passive
saying-
voice, where
Yeah.
he's like, I hit the switch, then proceeded to
Yeah.
go off on its own.
That switch
That
didn't
switch-
do what I asked.
that
it
switch
to do.
got,
Look,
got me into a lot of trouble.
I hit the wrong switch.
Okay, all right.
I wasn't trying anything malicious. I was going to say, you beat me. The switch then turned off the mainframe, which turned off the cameras, which then, due to some device that's next to Max, the KI Pro, disrupted the processing of the video cameras and the video. So the file that had the video angles, which film Big Cat and PFT respectively, or Big T at that current time, me right now, that file of video got corrupted. At the time, we didn't know what was happening. I didn't know that the switch I had hit. So there was a lot of trying to figure out what had happened.
No,
I take
instantaneously
full
we knew that Billy did it,
responsibility. I take full responsibility
For what?
for cavalierly hitting a switch that was not the right switch. And
You hit a switch, and that switch was disloyal to you.
Yeah.
that's.
Do you
it
think
wasn't-
that was the root of the problem, though, the switch? Or was it the fact that you can't take an L?
Were your emotions high
Yeah.
or even keeled?
I feel like if we're going to ever move forward, that seems like something you got to do
Yeah,
a
you
little
know what?
introspection.
You know
like,
what?
hey, if I lose a bench contest, if I lose a breath holding contest, if I lose a
Look.
you have the softest hands in the office
I
contest.
forgot that I did beat Billy in bench, too.
Yeah, like
Hot sauce contest.
It's
You know what?
okay. It's okay. It's no one thinks of
So-
you as less of a man.
So no, you know what? Throughout my life, that skill has helped me a lot. I'm a
Holding
very,
your breath.
No,
What, when you've been
I'm
getting
very
gagged?
competitive. I'm very competitive.
Oh.
I'll admit it. I'm very competitive, and because of
Sore
that,
loser is another way to look at it.
no, I mean if you
Is Michael
the more
Jordan
you hate
a sore loser?
Yeah, that's
the
true.
more
Okay.
you hate losing, the more you're fueled to try to win.
But you
So-
don't win.
Well, recently, but like I'm a fierce competitor.
Right.
I
Yeah,
put that out there.
in breath-
It is
very
very
fierce.
callous and rubs people the wrong way at certain occasions, but that's just how I am. You know, adapting to an office environment with that same mentality,
Now,
it pushes people the wrong way.
Billy,
So yeah, I hit the wrong switch.
Yeah.
Then I got pissed off because
because you couldn't
Because you're
admit
such
that.
a competitor.
Well, because
You
then
lost at recording the podcast.
Yeah.
as well.
then
No, I
then
just-
you
I didn't
got
understand
mad
how
because
I-
you could not believe that you fucked up so catastrophically
Right.
Yeah.
that you
Yes.
deleted the entire episode.
So pretty
No,
much
but
you
one,
can't
the
admit
audio
when you
is there.
lose.
And also, maybe the funniest part, listening back to that episode, in the first minute, Billy says, "This is going to be one that you're going to absolutely make sure to watch on YouTube because
and you
it's mostly
should
visual."
because there's a
Is
lot
there
of
1%
visuals,
of you that was
magic.
like, if I don't have
Just
the
check-
visual of the breath holding contest, That's
No.
good for me.
No, interesting.
I don't think
I'm
Billy
just
was
asking
doing that.
That's an interesting. He's just asking questions,
No.
Billy. You just asked
No,
questions.
that's
He's
how
just
it's-
asking questions, Billy.
I know he's just asking questions. If there wasn't so much puke on the board,
don't
on the
deflect.
control
No,
board,
no.
then maybe I would have figured out
No.
which one it
So-
was.
so as-
yeah, no,
as
I
Billy-
wasn't
as
trying to
Billy
lead
Switch
it.
is actually completely separate from the control
Yeah.
board.
As Billy eventually realized and was starting to come to terms mentally with the fact that he, in fact, did press a button that corrupted the entire video footage, and he realized that that button was on him, he delivered what I believe to be the Billy excuse quote of the millennium. He said, "Yeah, I pressed the button, but the consequential action of what happened for pressing the button is not equivalent to what I did." So Billy was blaming the electronics in that moment, and just an all-time, I'm going to try to get out of this. But to Billy's credit, he has taken some responsibility for it. We did.
I take total responsibility.
We
for
were
it.
able to find the video footage, which is being processed and being uploaded right now.
Shout out
so
Tech
what?
Guy Andrew. Shout out
Andrew.
Steve.
Do you take responsibility for losing in the breath holding competition? That's really what, because
It did
we're not-
drive this.
Nothing's
Yes.
going to change if we don't
Yes.
really hammer in on
Yes.
that moment
Yes.
and what
On
happened.
some Sundays you lose.
Yes, because
Uh-huh.
that feels like that
Yes.
has that
Yes.
we've seen that play out before.
So
I beat you pretty easily both those times too. The only reason why I let Billy win the second time was
not
because Billy was going to he was going to die rather than lose.
Should we do one more just to?
We could do one
Actually,
more.
yeah, let's do one more.
Yeah, let's do one more.
Also, as Billy's punishment, I wanted to give him a natural punishment that fit the crime. Billy will be this afternoon recording a 3.5 hour solo podcast
3.5.
by himself.
Is
That was
that
three.
was that for Guantanamo?
Okay, I'll make it 3 hours.
We don't. Waterboarding's out.
I'll make it
Listen to
3
this.
hours. Billy's doing a podcast by himself. He's not allowed to interview anybody. He's not allowed to have any guests. It's 3 hours worth of Billy's thoughts
Oh,
that he
God.
will be recording
We
himself.
can't put that on the internet. That's
And-
Creed's
no,
thoughts.
it's coming out on Saturday, and it's going to be powerful, shocking stuff. And it was funny because I got a text from Billy being like, "I'd like to record this at home today because I'd like to use OBS for it." That's a
Well,
software. And then that a little switch clicked on my brain. I was like, "Huh? What? Why does Billy want to do it from home using
no,
OBS?"
because that's the
And then
only
and then he's like,
system I know.
and then
how to
Billy's like,
use.
"Oh, also, can I live stream?"
Yeah,
it?"
because he
And
wants
I was like-
questions,
and,
yeah.
and I was like, "Wait, Billy wants to play video games
Right.
on this and call his like Twitch stream."
Yeah, and have questions.
I mean, he
that
wants to play
keeps the
Call of
conversation.
Duty.
Yeah.
and then turn that into a podcast. This is like when you ground your child, and they're like, "That's fine. I'll stay in my room. I got Nintendo in there."
I'm brainstorming to try to create a creative piece. It's
Why don't
called.
you just read a book?
I'm reading Moby Dick.
Okay, there you go. That's
my
perfect.
favorite passages.
Yeah, and just talk about that.
No, and other cool stuff. It's called Entertaining Clients. It's great to crack
you're
a
gonna
beer
get
to,
drunk,
maybe
aren't
listen.
you?
No,
You're
I'm
not drinking
Yeah,
during
you're
it.
gonna
I'm
get
not
drunk.
drinking, but you can if you're listening to it.
Okay,
Might
so all
be
right, so
fun.
let's do a breath holding competition.
That is a good name for a podcast.
Yeah.
Entertaining clients.
Yeah.
All
All right.
no, it's just last
You ready?
thing. It's
I've already beat
crazy.
him 2 out of 3
it's
times.
crazy that there's one button that Hank could press right now.
So this is where I wanted to come in because I was
press it,
traveling
Hank.
yesterday. I was on a plane and I was seeing these updates because it was getting live tweeted like Billy just deleted the footage, and at first I was like, this is a work, because in my head I thought that the way that the system works is essentially Billy proof, in that I was running through all the scenarios in my head where it's like, what could have possibly happened where Billy deleted the video footage? Like, it didn't mathematically didn't make sense. I couldn't run the simulation in my head. And then once I found out how it happened, it's like a nuclear bomb where it's like, now that it's happened, I'm now worried. Like, you've done the impossible. You've managed to do the impossible.
I kind of want Billy to press the button right now and see what happens.
No, if Hank presses the button right now, all of the just from this recording, the Firefest recording is going to be not gone, but it's going to be severely damaged. So
Let's not do that.
That button right there.
Yeah.
Right, that's what
Hank,
I'm saying.
why-
It's the nuclear bomb.
Do you want to point to it?
Don't even point at it.
So you
No,
have you
don't
ever
even
pushed
point
that
it.
button?
It's not
Hank?
to be
don't
pointed
point
at.
it.
Hank,
Don't point it.
Hank,
Don't make the button
I
angry.
have, yeah.
what happens when you hit the button?
Power's on
Don't
or
do
off.
it. All right, so you guys do. Jake does his Firefest. You guys hold your breath. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
Wait.
I already beat him 2 out of 3 times.
That's true.
What are you, Dan Heron over here?
There's also no chance that Billy, you're editing and putting the podcast out yourself. That's part of the
Yeah, honestly, it's just OBS. I know how to use it, then put it into Premiere. I'm not going to cut any of it because I need a lot of it, and we're going to set out clips and upload it.
Okay, Jake, your Firefest.
Yeah, I have my cousin's wedding in Florida this weekend, and it looks like I'm flying right into a hurricane.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Not great. We'll see if I get out. It's already
How close
past
are you
Florida.
with this cousin? Like, is it worth
Pretty close.
Is it worth dying?
Very close.
Is it worth dying?
Yeah.
Really?
Worth risking.
I did see some of the radar updates of this hurricane.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say bonk to some of our female listeners.
Oh, wow.
It looked like
Named Nicole?
it looked like a big dick and balls.
Oh.
Like
Nice.
the projected path of this hurricane. It was crazy.
Yeah, so hopefully it's not an issue, but we'll see.
Billy, you just lost. You didn't hold your breath at all. Oh, PFT was holding his breath.
I held it for a little bit.
He's speaking.
No, it was
No,
before.
he was before he was.
I thought we were gonna do a countdown.
Yeah, so
Oh, no.
countdown.
Okay.
Do I have to beat him again?
Yeah, just beat him again.
Scared?
Oh.
I'm not scared.
All right. Ready?
See, Billy's actually going to pass out rather than lose on this one.
3, 2, 1. All right, Billy's holding his nose. PFT looks relaxed.
Billy's also got his eyes shut.
Billy,
Oh, they opened up.
it's very hard for him to lose at anything because he thinks that if he loses holding his breath that he's not a man anymore or something.
I actually respect the fact that he deleted the footage.
Yeah,
Like,
because he didn't want. Yeah, he didn't want anyone to see it.
I
Which
thought
like
about doing that with
it's
the pizza
petty.
toppings.
Yeah, it's petty as fuck. But he was smart enough to be like, oh, I thought I was hitting the mic. I'm just going to delete all this footage so no one can ever see the fact that PFT is more of a man than me.
I also was thinking about it because 2 times, I'm like 2 for like probably 600. I've lost two interviews.
Oh, all right, numbers. I'll do
17.
69.
Could we get 44 3 times in a row?
Yeah, that's a good question.
18.
69. 20.
17?
1. 17.
I already said it.
Oh, you already said it. You already said it. He's not breathing, Billy. He's not breathing. I'm watching him. He's not breathing.
35?
35.
20.
Billy, what's your number?
20.
Billy, what's your number?
5.
5. No, 6. No.
9?
9?
6?
6?
69.
No, I already picked 69.
Oh.
So you can't. Unless you want to talk. I picked 69. So what's your number? 1. They're still going. Oh, Billy almost just burped. I think Billy just breathed. I'm pretty sure he just breathed.
Broth.
Brothed. He just brothed. I'm pretty sure he just brothed.
This is not dead air. They're just breathing.
Oh, let me feel underneath his nose. No breath. It's not dead air. Well, it might be dead air
Yeah,
if Billy dies.
All right, Billy won that one.
All right.
See, Billy was about to die.
Yeah, he was.
So we're 2-2 now.
All right.
Tiger's tongues can lick off skin.
Hank, have you ever gotten this?
Nope.
What?
Getting it right the fuck now, though.
You are?
2-2.
Little burp. 12.
Again, dude. It's fucking every week.
12.
Oh, that was the one with Whitney. So that's back to back because we did 2 last episode. It was 44 and 12.
Oh, Hank. This has been. There's literally
The
never.
last 4
There's
drawings.
never been an easier time to get this.
44, 44, 12, 12.
Wow. Hank. There's never been an easier time
Unreal.
to get this.
PFT, did you accept your defeat?
Well, it's tied. You should probably do a rub brush.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do a
it's
third
tied.
match. Right now, I'm technically still in the lead.
No, it's 2-2.
No. We'll do another one.
Do you accept the tie?
We'll do
Do you
another
accept
one.
the tie?
Yeah, sure, I accept the tie.
Okay.
I don't particularly care if I'm better at holding my breath.
Well,
than
you were
you.
sure. You're sure.
Well, he beat you 2-1.
I did. As a
You were
matter of fact,
sure
I did beat you.
That
hype about it last time.
that was a new 3-game series. He's up 1-0, so he is in the lead.
Oh, congrats, Billy.
No. PFT's in the lead. You have 1 series up on him.
Oh yeah, I'm 1-0 in series.
Yeah,
You're
right.
1-0 in the second series.
Right, which
son.
that series isn't over. So PFT still is better than holding his breath than you. That's just a fact.
Cool.
Look, Billy, this is good. If you don't delete the footage here, that's growth.
that.
I kind of want Billy
That's
to press
growth.
that button.
That's growth.
Let's not pretend like I was trying to delete the footage. I
Right.
was trying to talk into the mic.
Mashed,
Hypothetically.
you rage,
So-
you rage deleted.
So,
you rage-
so
you
you're
rage-
saying
you tried to rage
Hank,
quit the
thank
entire
you for
show.
that compliment. I know how to use your switchboard and know a way that you didn't that would have malfunctioned the tape.
I mean, it's pressing one button, so I guess if that's your knowledge, yeah, you're very, very smart.
Press the
Something
button.
that you didn't know.
Press
All
the
right.
button. 3, 2,
No, don't press the
1. Love you guys.